This game celebration, you made it all the way to that?
You know what?
I thought you was half asleep by the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I took a nap in the middle.
I'm proud of you, man.
Yeah, because I wanted to see the post-game chat. Always like seeing the champions celebrated. Jalen Hurts,
Yeah.
post-game, told you before, big fan of him. And seeing him celebrated as he deserved to be, I thought was cool. What Philly did on defense was all-time great.
You surprised?
To that level, yeah. I did not expect them to keep Kansas City from crossing midfield until almost the fourth quarter. I did not see that coming.
Are you surprised that the Eagles won?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
At one point, I picked Philly. Now, I didn't pick Philly on Friday. I think 7 days ago I picked them, but then I pulled what the people are calling a Swain, and I changed my pick.
Oh.
I think some have said that that's called a Swain.
Yeah.
When you change your pick. So I changed it the wrong direction, and that's okay.
Yeah. So at the beginning of the season, I picked the Chiefs to three-peat and win this year.
Yeah.
But once I saw the matchup between Philadelphia's defense and their defensive line in particular versus Kansas City's offensive line that has been patchwork, flip-flopping, had some issues over the years. This not just as a one-year issue for Kansas City. This has been an issue for several years, and Patrick Mahomes has been able to overcome it with some playmakers on the outside, guys like Tyreek Hill and others. But you look at the outside, Hollywood Brown has been banged up all season long. Juju Smith-Schuster is just not explosive. Travis Kelce he's old, okay?
Yeah.
It just didn't make sense to pick a team like pick against a team like the Eagles that was complete with the defensive front, the defense playing as well as they were playing, a quarterback that healthy and can be a threat with his legs, and then you have the big play potential on the outside with A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. Like, it just didn't make sense to go against the Eagles. And I did that in the NFC Championship game because I thought that Jalen Hurts was hurt from the Rams game. He gets twisted up by Jalen McCullough. Barely is moving around throughout the rest of the game, not mobile. But I told myself I'm not picking against Jalen Hurts in this defense if Hurts is healthy. And what do you know, man? I should have bet the farm last night, and I didn't.
Yeah, should have.
Because I thought the Eagles would win. I was pretty confident in the Eagles winning, too. I stood on business with that pick. I didn't waver. But I can't brag. I am excluded from bragging because of my preseason pick.
Yeah, over the last, 3 to 4 weeks, it was easier, really, to keep up with the teams you didn't pick.
Hey, man.
That was a shorter list. That's okay.
Hey, man.
It's okay.
Teams improve. Teams get worse. The matchups change. Picks change. Mm-hmm. Who'd you pick in Super Bowl? Remind me again.
When?
This one. The one last night.
Well,
wasn't playing. Wasn't playing, Josh Ward. Kansas City Chiefs versus the Philadelphia Eagles.
yeah.
Didn't make the playoffs.
Well, I think I officially picked the Chiefs.
Okay.
I think that was the official pick.
It was
But I didn't have a strong rooting interest. My preference was for Philly to win. I wanted Philly to win the game.
you did have a strong rooting interest. If you are a real Raiders fan, you had a strong rooting interest. You root against the Chiefs.
Well, that's true too,
That's
but
what you're supposed to do.
they're so far out of it. It doesn't.
It doesn't matter, Josh. What kind of fan are you? They are
A defeated
rival.
fan, Swain, is what I am. Okay, what kind of fan am I? A defeated fan.
Good point. Good point. Good point. I got you. But you got Pete Carroll. You should be feeling, re-energized.
He does bring a little life.
Yeah. So you
Our part owner was a part of the broadcast, so we were connected to the Super Bowl somehow. Tom Brady was there in the booth. He is much better in talk format. I know they're talking on the broadcast, but a talk show format. He was on, I think he may do weekly hits, but he was on Cowherd's show leading up to the Super Bowl, and he went through his knowledge of the game and how prepared he was when the Bucs played the Chiefs and how much work quarterbacks need to put into the game and how those are the quarterbacks he really buys into, the guys that he knows are putting in so much work before the game ever kicks off. The mental game. He was so great in explaining everything. I think he's awesome a lot of times. Within the game, timing is just, I think, still an issue there from a broadcast standpoint.
First year. Right?
Yeah, first year, a lot of pressure. Everybody's ready to analyze how he's doing as an analyst. He obviously knows the game.
Yeah.
But he in a talk show format, when he's hopped on the Manningcast, he's great in that setting.
Yeah,
but for whatever reason, it hasn't clicked totally yet with him and Kevin Burkhardt in the broadcast booth.
Yeah, he'll get better. He'll continue to get better and improve. So, yeah, but the game was, if you're a Tennessee fan watching that, like, you saw bits and pieces of the Eagles' defense this season when you watch Tennessee. The only difference is you need balance. Offensively, you didn't have what the Eagles had, the big play potential on the outside. When a team decides to blitz, and that's what Kansas City decided to do, they said enough is enough. We're not going to let you sit back and just throw it around the yard and pick us apart. We're going to bring it. Philadelphia picked it up, and Hurts was able to deliver the football down the football field. Touchdown was called back, but Hurts had the tush push for the touchdown. It's your ability to hit big plays when you need to, on top of having a running game. The Eagles were just complete. They're a complete football team with a very dominant defense.
Yeah, I know Chris Jones had made the comment that Saquon was not going to have a big game, and that was part of their plan going. He did not have a big game.
Didn't have to.
Statistically. He didn't have to, because Philly also probably knew they're going to do everything they can to try to take away Saquon. They still continued to run the ball, and it was a part of the game plan, but they took shots, and they hit. There was the OPI call on that first drive.
Terrible call.
I'm sure you love that as a former wide receiver.
Terrible call.
But that was a sign that, hey, Philly's it's gonna go at you here, and they had that called back. But the play to Dotson that ends up being down at the 1, leading to Jalen Hurts' touchdown to open things up. They continue to go to A.J. Brown, the kill shot to Devontae Smith in the third quarter, and that was all she wrote.
Yeah, the post-dig concept. It's always reliable. You read the safety, you get quarter coverage, you get a safety flat-footed, you let it fly over the top, let the receiver handle the outside corner. He's playing outside technique. You give him what he wants, go to the post. It's wide open every time if you get the protection, and that's exactly what the Eagles got. So Jalen Hurts, man, is one of those players where he played on a team that Tennessee fans hate. But you love how he carried himself, how he approached the game. And I think Jalen Hurts is a great lesson for young athletes, for young people, period. Today, people are so afraid to fail. Like, we try to protect our kids from failing. We try to protect each other from failing sometimes. And you know what? Sometimes failing is what you need. Sometimes failing is good, because failing makes you go back to the drawing board and work on yourself and go work harder. And that's what Jalen Hurts did. He was benched at Alabama, stayed ready for when his team needed him, came in the SEC championship game, made the plays to help his team get to the national championship game, won the championship, transferred to OU because he needed to be a better quarterback if he was going to live his dreams of playing in the NFL, went to OU. We know about Lincoln Riley and his ability to develop quarterbacks. He gets better at Oklahoma. He gets drafted in the second round a year after the Eagles sign and pay Carson Wentz a whole lot of money.
There was so much head scratching when he was drafted. Why would you use this pick on him when we don't even know if he can be a quarterback in the NFL?
He gets in. There's still talk about his accuracy, his throw motion. He just goes back to the lab and continues to work and continues to work. Fails again. 2 years ago, he outplayed Patrick Mahomes, but he did have a turnover, a fumble where the Chiefs scooped and scored, but they lost the game. He stays out there, watches the other team celebrate under the confetti, comes back, wins the Super Bowl 2 years later. It's a great story.
It's remarkable.
Yeah, it really is.
I love every part of it.
Yeah. So happy for him. I know Trey Smith plays for the Chiefs. Trey Smith is going to be okay. He's won 2 Super Bowls, and he's about to get paid a buttload of money, and he is more valuable to the Chiefs now than ever before. Because there might be questions on the Chiefs' offensive line, but it ain't Trey Smith. Even though Trey had a bad game, Trey Smith has been consistently really, really, really good for the Chiefs, and it's payday time for Trey Smith. So he's good.
He is. Yeah, he has rings. He has money. He's about to get a lot more of it.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, I think the story coming out of it last night, probably 2 angles to it. One is what Philly has built defensively up front and how dominant that was. But in terms of an actual story, Jalen Hurts.
He's a story, man.
What he's overcome, the confidence he had himself, but also the awareness to say, I'm good. I can get better, and I'm going to.
Another lesson is you can't win without the proper leadership at the top and proper decision makers. And it still goes back to evaluation and development. NFL, you don't have the recruitment, but you do have the evaluation, and you do have the development piece. That's very, very important. Look at the Eagles. Look at what they did with that defense, bringing players in, free agency, drafting players, and then developing those players. It's always the recipe for success and winning.
See Saquon on the sideline. It was as the clock was winding down. He picks up Howie Roseman. They have a big celebration together.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, the Eagles, I mean, dude, they fire their coach, and they're right back in the same position. They draft a quarterback, number 2 overall in Carson Wentz. That bombs out, and they're still in a great position. Not many organizations can strike out at the quarterback position when you draft 4 in the top 5 and be in the position that they're in without great leadership.
They're on top of the world. Good for them.
They really are, man.
Good for them. Carson Wentz, the backup quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs. Jalen Hurts, the starting quarterback, leading the Eagles to a championship.
Oh, well. I'm glad I didn't mention him during the broadcast because that would have been easy to mention.
Yeah. And it's not Carson Wentz's fault. He's he might be a starter again. But
it's his fault he's not a starter.
No, I mean, I guess in the end it's his fault. But
I mean, who else's fault is it? He was a starter. Now he's not anymore.
Yeah.
By the way, nice haircut.
Hey, thanks for noticing.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
So, all right, Swain and I both at one point in time picked the Eagles to win the Super Bowl, so we will celebrate that fact. Feels good to be right in some ways. Josh and Swain is the name of the show, so our picks go together. 865-656-9900. If you would like to join us, we will reflect on what happened last night, the end of the season. The season ends, you always have to look ahead, so we will do that as well. Tennessee basketball with a really impressive showing on Saturday at Oklahoma. Tennessee continues to build up its resume for the NCAA tournament, and we invite you to join us along the way. Call or text 865-656-9900 to be a part of today's show. We're on 99.1 The Sports Animal. We are on AM 640 The Sports Monster in the Tri-Cities. You can watch live with us on the Sports Animal YouTube channel. Like and subscribe when you stop by. Wherever you are, thank you for being with us. Stay with us here on Josh and Swain.
They say the best things in life are free. Streaming 99.1 The Sports Animal proves it.
Hiller Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electrical, they have been in business since 1990. They are family-owned and operated, and Hiller makes sure to take care of the customer. Every job, every time. They stand behind their work. 100% satisfaction of happy you'll be or the service is free. If a customer isn't pleased with the work performed, Hiller will make sure to make it right. Professional, experienced, trustworthy technicians, they come into your house and leave it cleaner and better than they found it. Hiller also offers true transparency pricing. What does that mean? That means that they will line item what every part of the job is up front, so you, the homeowner, can easily understand what you are paying for and why. Itemizing parts and labor separately. No hidden fees, no added costs, no surprises when you get your bill. They don't just find things to fix. They only suggest repairs that you actually need. For more details and more information, visit my friends online at happyhiller.com.
This has been a paid announcement.
His Security and Technology, your one-stop shop for all your security and technology needs. We offer state-of-the-art security systems to protect your home or business, as well as cutting-edge technology solutions to enhance your daily life. Our team of experts is dedicated to providing top-quality service and support. Contact His Security Technology today to learn more about how we can help you stay protected and connected. 865-474-9495 or visit hissecurity.com. In God we trust, all others we monitor.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com.
Want to play a game with me and Dad?
Mommy's not feeling good.
You need to vaporize that cold.
Vaporize?
Yeah, with Dayquil VapoCool. It's Dayquil plus a rush of Vicks vapors.
Whoa.
Come on, honey. Let's let Mommy rest.
You guys are amazing. And so is Dayquil VapoCool.
Dayquil VapoCool, the vaporizing daytime coughing, aching, fever, power through your day medicine. And to vaporize sore throat pain, try Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Rick Terry here with Rick Terry Jewelry Designs. If you're new to the area or you've never been in our store, let me tell you about our once-a-year clearance sale. It's a great sale. And why? Because it's for real. Not a market up to market down. It's 40 to 50% off our oldest items, 20 to 30% off our newest, hottest items. And it only happens once a year. Sale starts February the 5th through Valentine's Day. I promise you won't be disappointed. Rick Terry Jewelry Designs. We want to be your jeweler.
Now that mowing season is winding down, Dickens Turf and Landscape Supply is starting their winter service special. Get free pickup and delivery when you have your mowers serviced now through March. This could make a great gift for Dad this year. Dickens Turf and Landscape Supply has locations in Knoxville, Maryville, and Powell to get you taken care of. Call Dickens Turf and Landscape Supply today at 588-1993 for details or visit dickenssupply.com. Dickens Turf and Landscape Supplies got you covered all year long.
Knoxville, the days are warming up, but why wait for summer? Jumpstart your sunshine season with a nonstop flight to Sarasota, Florida. In just a couple of hours, you'll be soaking up the sun, dipping your toes in the water, and feeling that warm ocean breeze. The perfect getaway is closer than ever here at McGee-Tyson Airport. For more information on flight schedule and tickets, visit flyknoxville.com.
Josh and Swain on 99.1 The Sports Animal. Once again, voted one of the top 25 sports midday shows in America by Barrett Sports Media.
We're back on Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us at Josh and Swain on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Call or text at 865-656-9900. Nick in Nashville, we appreciate you, Nick, texted in and said, Swain, we saw bits and pieces of the Eagles' defense when we played Georgia in 21 and 22. They do have some Georgia guys up front. They're kind of represented all over. There are several power programs that are represented up front. Sweat from Florida State was quite impactful.
He was a 5-star. I remember we was recruiting him.
Big-time player. Yeah, big-time player.
I think he's like from Virginia.
Yeah, he dealt with knee injuries and still overcame to become high-level player. But Nolan Smith and Jalen Carter are Georgia guys up front, for sure. There's a lot of Georgia and, like it or not, Alabama representation. There are 7 former Alabama players for them. In fact, the streak came to an end, Swain.
Why are we surprised?
I know, nobody should be.
Those 2 programs have been the best 2 programs in the last decade. Yeah. So it's no surprise that a team that won Super Bowl had a lot of those players from those schools.
Yeah. There's correlation if you draft a large percentage, at least, of dominant college football players from winning programs with the right kind of culture and development, that they're likely to help you succeed at the next level. But I know a lot of opposing fans Tennessee fans included, had enjoyed the fact that no former Alabama player had ever scored in the Super Bowl. They'd thrown touchdown passes, but there had never been a touchdown scored by an Alabama player, and it happened twice last night. Now, I know there's the Oklahoma-Bama thing with Jalen Hurts. He considers Bama part of his legacy, so it counts. But even if you're going to rule that one out, Devontae Smith scored. Yeah. So that streak came to an end last night.
He's another Bammer that I actually like.
Oh, yeah.
He's smallest guy on the field, but heart of a lion, tough as nails. I mean, I just love
you
watching
can count
him play.
on him.
Yeah, man, I love watching him play. But, like, what last night should have told more football fans who are college football fans is, like, it doesn't matter what offense you have, okay? It could be huddle, no huddle. It could be 5 receivers, 1 receiver. It just doesn't matter. You still have to have balance, and you better have explosive plays. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the day, games are won inside out.
Yeah. You better have the protection.
Defensive line.
Yep.
At the end of the day, that's where games are won. Last night was a reminder.
Philadelphia did not call a single blitz last night in the game.
0.
4's all they needed.
0 blitzes. Drop 7, rush 4, 0 blitzes. Havoc in the backfield. Patrick Mahomes played the worst I've ever seen him play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He was terrible. He was seeing ghosts. Happy feet, was inaccurate with passes, couldn't get his feet set, would leave the pocket sooner than he needed to leave it. That's what the rush will do to you. And that's the best quarterback in the game right now. So if it can fluster him, it can fluster anyone. That's why it starts up front. And that's why Georgia won 2 championships in a row, and they got several players playing at the next level, and a lot of those guys play with the Eagles. You look at Tennessee, and why did Tennessee jump from 2023, the season that we had 2 years ago, to last year or this past season? It was a defensive line. Like that was a big jump.
Yep.
And you had a chance to win every football game that you played in, except for the last one.
Yeah, well, yeah, Georgia and Ohio State. In Georgia, they had a shot.
Yeah.
But that's one where the defense was not able to get consistent pressure. Correct. Carson Beck had a big game, and that ended up being the difference going the other way from where Tennessee had been having so much success versus how things went down in Athens.
Stack up.
Yeah.
Stack up.
I mean, here's just one example. I mean, you can just watch the game. You can see that Kansas City doesn't cross midfield until near the end of the third quarter. But there's a stat that has gotten a lot more attention in the last few years, EPA, which is expected points added. It essentially says how you perform compared to expected level. In the first half of the game last night, Patrick Mahomes averaged negative 1.21 EPA per dropback, the worst of his career by almost a full half point. We can speak in hyperbole, and we can say, oh, this was the best or the worst, yada, yada, yada. That was the worst. That was the worst performance he's had in a game, and part of it was how he dealt with what was coming, but it starts with what Philly was able to bring. It brought pressure from the defensive line over and over and over again, and it completely shut down Kansas City's terrific offense. And this is Kansas City with 2 weeks to get ready. Andy Reid is as good as it gets all time with 2 weeks to prepare for an opponent. And they played as if they just found out that morning who the opponent was. That's how good Philly was on defense.
Like, they didn't have a bunch of exotic blitzes.
Yeah.
I mean, it was zone, basic zone, little man here, there, but it was rushing forward, no blitzes at all, so definitely not anything exotic, no twist or things that the Chiefs haven't seen before. It was, I'm bigger, I'm faster, I'm stronger than you, and we're going to come after you with our big dudes up front. And then you had, I thought the back seven did a really good job of communicating and not getting out of place. I mean, they do a really good job of, like, passing, crossing routes off and things like that. But, like, it wasn't anything special that the Eagles did. It was just, we're better than you. We're going to play harder than you. We're going to bring it at you, and we're going to see if you are going to get up off the mat. And the Chiefs just didn't get off the mat.
So last night probably made some money for guys like Abdul Carter, defensive guy from Penn State.
100%.
For Mason Graham interior guy from Michigan, James Pierce might have benefited because those guys all just saw their value go up because everybody's going to watch. And NFL executives shouldn't need reminders that you need to build up front on defense, but sometimes they do. And that might have happened last night. But also, if you bring it back to Tennessee as an example, last offseason when Tennessee went and got somebody like Jackson Moy, we already knew Tennessee had depth and had recruited well up front, and you might think, okay, they've got enough guys. You can never have too many. So when they added Jackson Moy, he showed up, and what did he do? He made a difference for what they were up front.
Like, everybody knows it starts up front. It's just that it's hard to get guys like that.
Yeah.
Because guys like that don't grow on trees. Like, you don't have a bunch of Dylan Carters in high school walking around the high school hallway. There's only a few of those. And that's why they're 5 stars, and that's why the elite of the elite get those type of players. But that's what you want. Now, you can get someone that's already like a Jalen Carter that's a 5-star in high school, or you can see a player with a big frame who is 6'5", 6'4", 6'6", and he may not have the weight at that moment, but he has athleticism. He plays basketball or he plays volleyball or whatever, and you say, with some weight and our development, we can turn him into the next Jalen Carter or John Henderson or whatever. But you got to have guys like that in your defense if you expect to win a championship.
Yep, and not to overlook Philly's offensive line as well,
yeah,
because they were
it starts
terrific.
in the trenches.
Yep,
Yeah.
Both sides of the ball, and Philly had it on both sides of the ball. Philadelphia wins last night. Jalen Hurts is the Super Bowl MVP. Kansas City will not go away, but there will be questions what happens with Travis Kelce, what happens with what they try to build or replace to try to get back again after what happened last night. We'll come back and invite you to be a part of the show, 865-656-9900 if you would like to join us. Next to VFL, former Tennessee wide receiver Jason Swain. I'm Josh Ward. We continue on Josh and Swain.
Bring a whole new meaning to your backyard barbecue with a new deck. Tennessee Home is your local trusted deck and fencing specialist. Call today for a free, no-pressure design appointment at 865-304-0955 or visit them online, tennesseehome.us.
The great thing about sports is it never stops. Here's another 60-second sports minute on the Sports Animal.
The Philadelphia Eagles are Super Bowl champions after defeating the Kansas City Chiefs 40-22 last night to end Kansas City's bid for a third consecutive Super Bowl victory. Jalen Hurts threw for 2 touchdowns and ran for another and accounted for nearly 300 yards of total offense to earn Super Bowl MVP honors. Patrick Mahomes just 21-32 for 257 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and was sacked 6 times by Philadelphia's defense. The Lady Vols fell to 6th-ranked LSU 82-77 on Sunday. Ruby Whitehorn led Tennessee with 21 points. Lady Vols are now 17-6 on the year, and they will host Auburn on Thursday night. NBA action tonight, 7 o'clock. Cavaliers host the Timberwolves. Hawks visit the Magic. Spurs take on the Wizards. At 7:30, Nets welcome the Hornets. Celtics visit the Heat. 8 o'clock, Bucks host the Warriors. Pelicans visit the Thunder. Mavericks get the Kings at 8:30. Trailblazers visit the Nuggets at 9. And the Lakers host the Jazz at 10:30. I'm Joel Silverberg.
We all know the Valentine's Day go-to gifts are flowers, chocolates, maybe even perfume. But what about something that will truly last and protect your loved ones along the way? I'm talking about life insurance. I called SelectQuote to secure our coverage and couldn't believe how easy and affordable it was. I'm 40, and my $500,000 policy was only $16 a month. My husband's also 40, and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. And with their same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up, with monthly payments less than the cost of a dozen roses. This Valentine's Day is the perfect time to make sure your family is protected.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-418-3366 or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-418-3366. 1-800-418-3366. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Let's get started. Let's get you that dream kitchen that you are going to love to entertain in, cook in, and just exist in. Hey, it's Heather Harrington. The company to trust in 2025 to help you get there is Kitchen Sales. Trust me, a full-on kitchen renovation, it's an intense process, and that's why trust is so important. You're going to be spending your hard-earned money, and if you're like me, You don't know exactly what you want. Yeah, you've got ideas, but you don't know how to make them happen. The team at Kitchen Sales, that's where they come in. They have a design team that will work with your real budget. They can be salvage store pricing, or you can go up to the fully custom kitchen of your dreams, and it's all one-stop shopping. You can get every detail of your new kitchen ironed out at one of their 2 great locations. Hoyt Avenue near downtown, or out west near Best Buy in the Town and Country Circle Shopping Center. If your kitchen needs help, you need Kitchen Sales. Get more info online at kitchensales.net.
This has been a paid announcement. Hey, Vol fans, it's Dr. Lewis Reaper with Tennessee Foot and Ankle, and our team is all Vol. We know the pains that come from kicking the TV after a tough loss and the agony that follows until the next win. For any Vol pain that you experience, let us help heal you from the ankles down. Located in Sevierville, Madisonville, and Lenoir City, we'll make it worth the drive knowing you're being treated by true Vol fans who know true Vol pains. Call today at VOL 986-2700 and let's get your Vol pain gone before more settle in this next game day. Tennessee Foot and Ankle.
Do you know what the scariest sound to hear on a factory floor is? Silence. That means something somewhere broke. Production has stopped, and now you're paying your workers to wait while the team troubleshoots and tries to fix the problem. Finally, there's a proactive way to reduce equipment downtime, thanks to MaintainX. MaintainX is the asset management system that brings your maintenance downtime to zero. MaintainX lets you build preventative maintenance schedules, manage work orders in real time, and access the data you need to make better decisions. Downtime equals death in the production world, so make unplanned downtime a thing of the past. Try MaintainX for free. Control the daily operations of your business and transform your maintenance program by going to maintainx.com. That's maintain in the letter X.com.
They say that good fences make good neighbors, and when it comes to your privacy, Loudoun County Fence is the fencing company East Tennesseans have trusted for over 50 years. Your fence should be durable and stylish. Visit their website at lcfence.com and view all of their great options, from wood privacy to ornamental aluminum fencing. Loudoun County Fence is a family-owned and operated company with over 50 years of experience installing quality fencing in and around Knoxville. They're fully licensed and insured, and their workmanship is guaranteed. For your free estimate, visit lcfence.com.
This report is sponsored by Tennessee Oncology. Cutting-edge cancer care is coming to Morristown, Tennessee. Tennessee Oncology will open its new clinic location in Morristown in March 2025. For more information, call 888-317-3240. That's 888-317-3240.
All quiet at least for the rest of your Monday. Clouds and sun duking it out. The clouds should win eventually. High of 52 with a light wind. But it's all about the first alerts, plural. Tuesday and Wednesday, an all-day washout on Tuesday, 45. Heavy rain late Wednesday. From the WVLT First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Ben Cathy.
Johnson, I've been hearing about this internet thing. Anything to it?
Yeah, boss. We had Cumulus Digital design and run our website.
Will an internet help our sales?
Already has. Plus, Cumulus Digital helps us rank high on search engines.
Whoa, one thing at a time, Johnson.
CumulusDigital.com. All facts, no fluff. Honest, credible sports information from 2 guys that know the facts. Here's Josh and Swain on The Sports Animal.
This is Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us on this Monday afternoon. Should this be a national holiday the day after the Super Bowl? Really wouldn't affect us. We'd still be here doing the show, but we think of the people.
Well, shout out to Knox County. I mean, instead of closing last week at the end of the week,
yeah,
I thought they were going to. They decided to close Monday and Tuesday, so it made it kind of a holiday today.
A little bit, yeah. Felt that way in some ways, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We got this earlier, so talking about the first drive for Philly ended up not having any kind of effect on the game, but 4th down, Philly took a shot down the field. Hurts connected with A.J. Brown. It was a great play. Little bit of hands-to-the-face action they called, offensive pass interference. Brian from Collierville, Mr. Hunsucker, said, I applaud that ref for throwing the flag for OPI. Don't let the diva wide receivers influence you. It was encouraging to see correct calls.
It was hand fighting on both sides, and I thought it was weak call. And I thought the unsportsmanlike conduct hit was a weak call, too. I thought both of those calls were weak and incorrect. But it didn't matter because the Eagles got the ball back and went down and scored. But I didn't like the call.
I didn't like it either.
Yeah.
They didn't like it on the broadcast.
Yeah, Tom Brady or I, we didn't like the call.
A couple of offensive guys here. This one, what do you call a fake noodle?
A foodle.
An impasta.
Oh, my God.
You like that one?
Yeah, oh, my God.
Had a little ziti over the weekend. Very underrated. Doesn't get enough attention in the pasta conversation.
Wow.
And then in the YouTube chat,
wow,
this would be an example, Chris. Tennessee was able to add somewhat later in the recruiting cycle, right? Isaiah Campbell. He got a bump recently by On 3, I believe, to a 5-star prospect. But, yes, you need to get as many of those guys as you can because the best ones you're going to have to replace rather quickly. They're going to be 3 and out. They're going to the NFL. So that was a player that was committed to Clemson at one point, opened things back up earlier during football season, and Tennessee landed Isaiah Campbell, a 5-star defensive line. And we'll see if he's able to contribute quickly, but he's not necessarily needed to. But if he develops into what everyone believes he will be in the recruiting world, then he's going to be one of those next guys that you need to be a difference maker on the defensive line. So, perfect example.
Oh, yeah.
Got to keep getting those guys.
Yeah, defensive line, man, they got it. They got it going on right now with Rodney Gardner being able to bring in high-level players, helping those players improve and get better, and then getting production from them on Saturday. So they got it going on right now on the defensive line.
Yeah, and that's actually part of the conversation as we've talked about the Georgia Bulldogs here this hour. They weren't quite as loaded up front on defense. They were still really good.
Still good.
But they had dropped off from where they were with some of those guys we saw playing last night in recent years. I'm sure that's part of the conversation for Kirby Smart as well. We need to be more dynamic. They didn't have as many disruptive guys, I don't think, this past season up front. Again, still really good, one of the best, but not as good as they had been.
Maybe we got a little spoiled. I won't say us because we had to play up against them, but like that Georgia team that won their last national championship, that was a once-in-a-decade type of defense. Like the amount of players that went first round or went to the NFL and were ready to play day one, like you just don't normally see that. Like even before that Georgia team defensively was loaded the way they were, we didn't see a defensive like that for a while. It's kind of like the LSU 2019 offense. Like that just doesn't happen a lot.
Well, they had a guy go number 1 overall a year after he was
Trayvon Walker.
Kind of a rotation guy, right? Very good. Don't get me wrong, very good, but not viewed as a future number 1 guy because there were all the other future NFL guys. So we've figured it out here. As many NFL guys as you can get up front, the better you're going to be.
Yep. Ohio State will have more drafted players than anyone else in college football.
Yeah.
What's
it going to be? 6 straight years, the 5 or 6 that the champ has produced the most NFL draft picks.
It's really simple.
Mm-hmm.
If you recruit guys and help guys get to NFL, the more guys you are able to do that with, the more winning you're going to do. It's a really simple formula. If you don't help players get to the league, you're not winning. If you don't draft play or recruit players that you think can get to the league and help them get to the league, you're not winning like you should be.
Can we turn this into some kind of consulting business? We can talk to Tennessee. We can talk to programs. Hey, more talent, more future NFL players will result in more success. And if you can combine that with a strong culture and great leadership, you'll really go places.
I think Tennessee don't need any consultant after playing Georgia last couple of years.
The scouting shows.
Playing Ohio State and playing Alabama the last 10 years. I mean, my goodness, you've had examples of what to do because you've had to play against those teams that went on to win a championship.
Swain, by the way, congrats. So you got your Super Bowl pick correct. Took some
no bragging.
Took some detours to get there, but you got there, picking Philly to win. You're back in championship contention. You're a Lakers fan again on Friday.
That's right.
Friday you were a Charlotte Hornets fan.
I did not want to be.
Today you're a Lakers fan, as you have followed Dalton Connect. And, boy, what about that news item? That was kind of late Saturday night that the trade was rescinded. Dalton Connect is back to L.A.
Couple of weeks, because once the season's over, if you're Dalton Connect, you can't stay there. You can't stay there.
It's a weird situation.
That's like going to prom with someone after everyone knows your first choice that you asked told you no, and the person you go on to prom with is a fallback. Like, it's just weird. It's just weird. So Dalton Connect is with the Lakers, and the world knows that the Lakers tried to trade him to complete what they thought was a championship roster. That they gave you away, traded you away to acquire what they thought was the missing piece for them to go win a championship. And it fell through, and now you have to act like nothing has happened. Everything is all good. No, Pelinka, it's not all good. And Pelinka's a GM. It's not all good. You tried to trade me.
Did you see the Hornets statement? So this all came about because Mark Williams failed his physical, the center that the Lakers traded for. The Hornets statement said, "We are excited to welcome Mark back to our Hornets organization. After the other team aggressively pursued Mark, we made the difficult decision to move him. We have always held great respect for Mark's talent, work ethic, and character. We're thrilled to see him rejoin our roster as a dynamic presence at the starting center position. His return strengthens our team, and we look forward to the impact he will make on and off the court." After the other team aggressively, that's the Hornets' official statement. They put it out with a fancy graphic and everything. There's some fine print at the bottom. I legitimately can't read it. It's too small. But
it says, "My bad. We messed up, and we know it."
After the other team aggressively pursued Mark, they acted as if he was stolen from them.
We found him.
So Dalton Connect is a member of the Los Angeles Lakers. Luka is expected to make his debut tonight.
Yeah, against the Jazz.
With the Lakers, yeah.
So what if you had a Dalton Connect jersey, Lakers jersey, but because of news you got rid of it? Can you get another one for free now?
Yeah, if you started that 90-day swap, I mean, the swap's got to still be in. I don't know if you'd already shipped it out on Saturday morning. Yeah.
Oh, boy. It's tough, man.
Yep. So I don't know if Dalton's going to be with them tonight. He was listed as questionable due to personal reasons. The personal being they shipped him out of there.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely a personal reason. Yeah, the personal reason is I don't want to be here. That's the personal reason. Y'all trying to get rid of me.
I don't know how many times there have been rescinded trades. The only two that immediately come to mind have to do with the Lakers and the Hornets. Chris Paul got traded there, and the league said, no, you can't do that.
No, y'all can't be that good.
And then
which is weak when you look back at it now.
And then Dalton. So he's on his way back to L.A. We'll come back, 865-656-9900 to be a part of the show. We'll continue the conversation. We'll talk about Tennessee, which stays in the same spot in the coaches' poll. We'll watch the Associated Press poll when that comes out in the next 20 minutes or so, as the Vols now have a 3-game winning streak coming off the victory at Oklahoma on Saturday.
Just got word. There are Dalton Connect jerseys at Dick's House of Sport.
All right.
That's right. So they're there.
Go load up.
Load up while you can. Got plenty there at Dick's. Team Dalton Connect.
So go get his jersey and then get yourself a new coffee subscription because you have to stay up late again.
That's true.
To watch him play basketball. But he's headed back to a Western Conference contender. We'll come back right here on Josh and Swain.
Always on, always free. Stream us free via the app, your smart speaker, your favorite streaming service, or the website at 991thesportsanimal.com.
It's Josh. I want to tell you about Wilson Brothers Plumbing. Great local company. Every day they are working to help people in East Tennessee. If you run into a problem, if you need help with a project, you can rely on the plumbing experts on staff at Wilson Brothers Plumbing to take care of any plumbing need. We have relied on Wilson Brothers Plumbing at my home. They did great work for us on a problem that we were dealing with, an underground leak issue. Happened during the springtime. They came out told us what was going on. We detected there was an issue. They were able to identify what was going on and then provide the solution with an upfront price. And then they communicated with us throughout every step of the process to fix it. They can help you, as every single day they are working with a set of core values, being reliable for you, applying their expertise with the integrity that they offer you to make sure that you are taken care of. Give Wilson Brothers Plumbing a call at 865-415-1537 or visit wilsonbrothersplumbing.com. That's wilsonbrothersplumbing.com. Wilson Brothers, the proof is in the plumbing.
This has been a paid announcement.
Tennessee fans, SEC action is underway at the Food City Center for Vol Hoops.
Fires a three over the top and hits from the left wing.
Multiple games are already sold out. Don't wait to get your tickets to catch the Vols in action with exciting SEC matchups in the Food City Center this season.
Gets the outlet pass and slams at the other end. Relentless pursuit of the basketball by Tennessee.
Don't wait. Tickets are going fast, so buy them today and join the fun. Visit allvols.com.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time on a fancy water bottle with ultra titanium alloy metal. You're not sure why you need all that. I mean, it just holds water. But you're getting it anyway. Because if you're hiking near an active volcano and you accidentally drop the bottle into molten lava, your water will still be icy cold. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time. For water bottles. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
Accomplishing goals is hard. But when your goal is to learn a new language, Babbel makes it easy. Babbel is designed with you in mind. From expert-created lessons to conversational video units and even live classes, you can personalize your Babbel experience to be exactly what you need to really learn a new language more easily. Go ahead, set a goal for yourself. Accomplish it with Babbel. Try Babbel for free. Go to BABBEL.com. That's Babbel.com.
Man, Valentine's Day is right around the corner, and I have no clue what to get her. Some jewelry, or take her out to a nice candlelit dinner, or a romantic getaway.
Dude, why don't you take her somewhere special?
Like where?
Like Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union.
For Valentine's Day?
Well, the Alcoa 10 Heart Rate Special from February 13th to the 20th. They're having a flash sale on auto and recreational loans with rates as low as 3.99%.
Wow, I think I'm falling in love.
Well, she is a special girl.
Who? I was talking about Alcoa 10.
Oh, right.
Don't let high interest rates break your heart. Let the Alcoa 10 Heart Rate Special sweep you off your feet with rates as low as 3.99% on auto and recreational loans. It's a flash sale to fall in love with. Available February 13th to the 20th. For more information and to apply online, visit atfcu.com. Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union. Your less red tape banking alternative, a place where you belong.
Visit atfcu.com for loan details. Member NCUA equal housing lender offer only applies to new loans.
BeTheYoungerYouKnox.com. BeTheYoungerYouKnox.com. Look at the pictures of people who've lost the weight. Do you have the type 2 diabetes? Is it causing problems in your feet and your hands and you feel just sluggish? Diabetes does some horrible stuff to people. And the truth is you can perhaps reverse it. 865-498-3000 is the telephone number to get started, to feel better, look younger, feel younger. BeTheYoungerYouKnox.com. 865-498-3000.
Results may vary.
I'm Michael Jenkins, here to help you beat the books with the BetMGM Network. With the Super Bowl in the rearview mirror, the next big event is the NCAA tournament. And the top favorites for the NCAA title had been among the best teams all season long. Auburn is the overall favorite at plus 425, Duke just behind them at plus 450. The SEC is well represented with 4 of the top 6 favorites coming from the conference, so keep that in mind if you're betting on hoops. I'm Michael Jenkins from the BetMGM Network. Bet smarter and beat the books, and download the BetMGM app today. Please gamble responsibly.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small, loud or quiet. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love, guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
From the Budweiser studios of The Sports Animal, we are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
Back on Josh and Swain, thank you for being with us. Justin thinks that Dalton back to the Lakers, it's like getting broken up with and then still taking her to prom anyway.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, it's just weird, man. And Dalton is such a good dude.
Yeah.
Like, just a great spirit about him, non-confrontational, but like in between the white lines, he's a stone cold killer. This is going to motivate him to be a better player.
I would think so. I'll be curious to see exactly what his role is in the rotation, but they moved him to fix a need. They have a very obvious need, and that is trying to find a center because they traded away Anthony Davis. Yeah, lob threat. Yeah. Mark Williams healthy was a perfect type player for what they needed. So the deal made a lot of sense. A lot of people around the league said, "Hey, this is quite a find for what they need." It's just that they found a guy that was quite broken. So Dalton Knecht is back with the Los Angeles Lakers after being traded just ahead of the deadline last week. The deadline has since passed, so barring something I'm unaware of, Dalton will finish the season with the L.A. Lakers. And they have the All-Star break coming up, so we'll see if he's back with them tonight. Does he need to pass the physical, or is he just back with them? I don't know how that process works. But the trade was rescinded on Saturday night, so Dalton Knecht as well as Cam Reddish returned to the Lakers.
Remember Cam Reddish at Duke?
Mm-hmm. He was a part of the R.J. Barrett and Zion Williamson freshman
three?
class. Yeah. Yeah, he's ended up being a guy that's bounced around a few times in the league.
R.J. Barrett has been the best one out of the three.
From a consistent standpoint, yeah.
Well, I mean, you got to be out there to be.
The most important ability is availability. That's what I hear. Yeah.
Zion got his mind on other stuff besides basketball, so he ain't been able to play consistently. But anyways, I'm glad Dalton is back with the Lakers. I can watch the Lakers at night over trying to scratch and claw and dig to find the horn to play.
I don't see Dalton. This might be an old report. Trying to find an updated report on their game against the Jazz. We'll see if we find out if he's going to play tonight. If I'm the Lakers, I'm telling Dalton, take your time. I know the last 72 hours or so have not been the easiest.
Yeah. Just let us know when you're ready.
Yeah.
And if you're the Lakers, you got Luka, and Austin Reeves just dropped 45.
He went for 45.
Yeah, so like
he scored 45 points.
You don't really need Dalton right now.
Yeah.
I love Dalton, but I'm just telling you the truth.
Their center position is a real question moving forward, but that team pretty good right now.
Yeah.
So Dalton does return to a better situation. It's just one that is awkward. We will come back, 865-656-9900 if you would like to join us. We will continue to discuss what happened last night. What is the lesson to take for anybody in the football world, college or the pros, after watching what the Eagles did to the Kansas City Chiefs? We will discuss that. We'll talk Tennessee basketball. We will find out momentarily where Tennessee is in the updated Associated Press poll, as Rick Barnes' team ranks number 4 in the coaches poll. We'll update you with the men's team, the Lady Vols as well, right here on Josh and Swain.
Tyler Ivins from the afternoon show. Let me tell you about my new fence I just got from Tennessee Home. If you came to my house in West Knoxville, I have a beautiful house, but the backyard fence looked like something out of a horror movie. Splits, leaning, skunks, possum, any creature was coming in and out of my backyard. I had to get somebody who was a licensed professional who could come in and give me the privacy that I sorely need. James Anthony checked all the boxes. Give him a ring this afternoon. 865-304-0955. Or you can book online. That's at TennesseeHome.us.
When you're thinking about popping that big question, you need a ring she can't say no to. Hey, this is Heather Harrington, and that's why I'm telling you, go to my guy, TK Wheeler, out at TK Wheeler Jewelers, because he's got the rings that are going to knock her off her feet. TK Wheeler Jewelers has been in business for decades in Oak Ridge. They're located on South Illinois Avenue, right next to the Outback Steakhouse. And TK, he's got it all. The certified diamonds that other stores have, but for much better prices. I always like to say you get more bling for your buck When you shop at TK Wheeler Jewelers, they've got all kinds of settings, whether you're going for just a solitaire, very simple and elegant, or you maybe want one of those diamond halo settings where the diamonds around the center stone really accentuate that center stone. Or you could even go eternity band style. That's what my husband did for me, and my ring came from TK Wheeler Jewelers. When you're shopping for that ring she can't say no to, there's only one place to shop. My jewelry store, TK Wheeler Jewelers.
This has been a paid announcement.
When it comes to protecting my family's future, I want a life insurance company that's at the top of their game. That's why I got same-day coverage through Ethos. There was no paperwork, no waiting around, and no medical exam. I just answered a few health questions online, and Ethos set me up with a $3 million policy for about $2 a day. Go to checkethos.com and get it done today. That's CHECKETHOS.com. Checkethos.com. Sample rates is a 10-year term life policy for 35-year-old healthy non-smoking male. Billed monthly.
I occasionally have nerve discomfort in my hands, so the things I love to do
Let's play something, Grandma.
became difficult as I got older.
If you have occasional stabbing and burning in your hands and feet, try Nervive Nerve Relief. Nervive's clinically studied dose of alpha-lipoic acid reduces occasional nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days with continued daily use. Say yes to healthy nerves with Nervive Nerve Relief. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
At Chafee, we believe your home or business should be a place where comfort and reliability come together seamlessly. With our comprehensive HVAC, plumbing, and electrical services, we ensure your systems work flawlessly, giving you peace of mind and exceptional comfort. Chafee Air and Plumbing is an independent American Standard heating and air conditioning customer care dealer, and they are ready to assist you. Trust in our innovative designs that are engineered for comfort. Call 865-381-4414 or visit coolingheatingplumbing.com.
Check out the Valentine's Day sale going on right now. Get 2 rooms of carpet clean for free with 2 rooms for $109 when you mention me. Tyler Ivins from the Sports Animal. Log on now, online, ZeroResKnoxville.com.
Hey folks, it's Jake from Rusty Wallace Kia of Knoxville on Callahan Drive. When you're looking to make your next car purchase, think about these things. Rusty Wallace Kia's fantastic selection. We've got more cars on the ground than we've had in years. Think about the incredible warranty with our exclusive 200,000-mile warranty. And think about the excellent service before, during, and after the sale. You'll get it all when you choose Rusty Wallace Kia of Knoxville, I-75 at Callahan Drive.
At Ingles, we know the ever-present struggle of, what am I going to make for dinner this week? That's why we started the Ingles Table. It's all waiting for you at ingles-markets.com. Ingles, low prices, love the savings.
This is WNML-FM Friendsville, WNML-AM Knoxville, Cumulus Media Stations, broadcasting worldwide from the Budweiser Studios. We are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
This is Maggie Gray with the Sports Minute, sponsored by TaxSlayer. Get your max refund at TaxSlayer.com and file fearlessly. How sweet this must be for Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts. Replaced in the national title game when he was at Alabama for Tua Tagovailoa. Then he was drafted in the 2nd round, takes the Eagles to the Super Bowl 2 years ago and loses. Now he's a Super Bowl champion and MVP in his 4th season as a starter. I'm Maggie Gray.
What does it feel like to file with TaxSlayer and get your guaranteed maximum refund? It feels like the last level of a video game, facing off against the final boss who stands between you and your refund.
All your refund has belonged to me.
Using the power of TaxSlayer like a secret power-up he doesn't see coming.
Only the most tax confident can defeat me.
Throwing your laptop at his video game face and watching him crumble into a giant pile of shiny coin tax refunds.
Oh, not fair. You use TaxSlayer.
Start for free and get your guaranteed maximum refund. TaxSlayer. File fearlessly.
All right, when it comes to getting life insurance for your family, a lot of excuses can get in the way. But ask yourself this. If something were to happen to me, who would pay the mortgage, the kids' education, and the other bills? Then forget the excuses and check out Ethos Life, the online, easy way to get life insurance in 10 minutes. Ethos has rates that you can afford, like a $500,000 policy for a 40-year-old male starting at $1 a day or $30 a month with a few health questions and no medical exam. Get your free quote right now at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com. Not available in all states. Rates do vary.
Shopping for a mortgage? Don't sign a thing till you call for a free quote from Fountain City Finance. 687-8200.
Welcome into hour number 2 of Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us today, wherever you are, however you are tuning in, as we continue on 99.1 The Sports Animal and AM 640 The Sports Monster. You can stream live anywhere. You can also listen on demand. Search Josh and Swain anywhere you get your podcasts, like Apple and Spotify. We're in the podcast section of the WNML app. You can always listen to us on demand thanks to Beatty Chevrolet. 865-656-9900 if you would like to join us. We had a message saying they enjoyed less Taylor Swift shots last night because Travis Kelce was not doing anything. The Chiefs were struggling, so there was less Taylor Swift on TV. It's come to bother people, I think, over the last couple of years during the Chiefs' big run. Has no effect on me, but I know that it's...
I mean, I'm sitting there thinking the same thing. Like, it doesn't bother me as much as it bothers other people.
Right.
But
there's very little to show last night from the Chiefs angle.
Kelce looks old and slow. Father Time is undefeated, unscored on, and Father Time is knocking at Travis Kelce's door.
He's probably not walking away after that game, though, right? Is he going to let that be the final game?
I mean, Jason Kelce walked away after losing. I mean, when it's time, it's time. And football is not a game you play around with and play when you're physically unable to play. Now, we saw Jason Witten, play a year or two, probably more than he could have or should have. I was listening to Herm Edwards on ESPN, and he said that when you watch film of yourself, like you know whether it's time or not. So I think he still has a lot left in the tank, but he's not nearly as explosive.
Swain, this is just a poll on February 10th. I'll preface that before saying Tennessee has dropped one spot in the AP poll despite beating a top 15 Missouri and a projected tournament team Oklahoma on the road this past weekend, and that is because in the AP poll, Florida jumped 3 spots after winning at Auburn this past weekend, handing Auburn its first SEC loss. Auburn remains number 1 in the Associated Press poll. That's kind of funny. Alabama moves up to number 2. Florida's 3, actually tied in the votes with Duke, and Tennessee drops 1 spot to number 5.
What's Joe Lunardi talking about with the latest bracketology? Because that's the only thing I care about in the month of February is what Joe talking about. I don't care what AP talking about unless it's Austin Price on Wednesdays or what the coaches poll is talking about. I want to know what Joe Lunardi is talking about. If he is saying that Tennessee is a number 1 seed, that's all that matters to me. But I know Florida, and I watched the game against Auburn. They did a great job. Just beat Auburn kind of at their own game. On the road, was up by 20-something points. Held them off after Auburn, rallied to cut into the lead and have a chance late. But they lost by 20 on the road. How do you jump up 3 spots after losing by 20 on the road in the same week as you beat the number 1 team in the country? That's weird. 3 spots.
Well, remember what you do in the second game of the week matters. A week ago, Tennessee jumped, was it 4 spots after losing at home to Kentucky, but beating Florida in the Saturday game.
Yeah, I guess so.
Tennessee went from number 8 to number 4, I believe.
Yeah.
So a week later, Tennessee drops a spot as Florida's weekends with a win against Auburn. And, of course, the loss to Tennessee was before the previous voting. So Florida and Duke are tied at number 3. Auburn and Alabama, the top 2. This is the Associated Press poll. The coaches poll still has Tennessee number 4 and actually ranks Alabama as the new number 1. But to your question about Joe Lunardi, the last update I have from him is Saturday evening at about 7:30, which is, I guess, before Clemson went final against Duke. But Florida had knocked off Auburn at that point. he still had Tennessee as the 4th number 1 seed, with Florida as the top 2 seed.
There we go.
I'm cool
being number 5 after being number 4 last week. I'm cool. I'm more concerned. I won't say concerned, but I care more about how we're playing than where we are ranked. I'm not gonna make a big fuss about Tennessee dropping a spot when Tennessee in the last 2 games offensively has looked like a team that can get to the Final Four. Like, that's what matters more to me. Like, the ranking is surface level. That's for simpletons to complain about it and talk about. The real conversation is about, Igor, Chaz, this offense, the spacing, the ball's not sticking. The ball is moving. Like, we're taking good shots. We're making good shots. The last 2 games, Tennessee's offense has looked great. Like, that's the conversation. That's where we spend our energy on. Not talking about the AP poll. I'm not saying let's not talk about it, but it's just things that are more important at this stage of the game.
Yeah, the polls, the AP poll, the coaches poll, they are more for conversation.
Yeah.
That's the number you see next to your team's name, your opponent's name on the scroll and the story leading up to the game. But I would say what you see with KenPom, the net rankings, should probably matter to you more than what you see with an updated poll on Monday. But the polls on Monday get probably more attention, and we'll talk about them as well.
Yeah.
But also remind you of what they mean. Just like when Tennessee was number 8 2 weeks ago, there's nothing to overreact to. The net rankings, by the way, have Auburn number 1, Duke number 2, Houston number 3, Tennessee 4, Florida 5, Alabama number 6. Bama and Auburn still have 2 games against each other. Tennessee will host Alabama on March 1st. That's going to be a huge game.
That's going to be fun, man. That's going to be fun. Listen, if Mark Sears turns the ball over against Tennessee like he was doing against Arkansas, Tennessee is going to beat Alabama.
The defensive performance at Auburn, at home against Florida, on Saturday against Oklahoma, which went into the game ranked number 15, number 16 nationally in offense, spectacular. As good as you can realistically ask.
Josh, that Oklahoma basketball team was some hot garbage Saturday. Josh, they were terrible. They were so terrible, man.
Yeah.
Those fans look miserable.
If there's a tank candidate in the SEC among all these really good basketball teams, that's one of them. A team that could tank out the rest of the way.
My goodness, man.
They're 3-7 now in SEC play. They have to go to Missouri on Wednesday. That's not going to be easy.
They just had to play Auburn at Auburn, Tennessee at home, and now they have to go play Missouri.
Again, in the SEC, it's difficult. Nobody's playing an easy schedule, but that is a brutal stretch. In the same week, having to play Auburn and Tennessee, that's what happened to Georgia.
Yeah, poor Georgia.
Yeah.
Poor Georgia basketball.
So this doesn't take away anything that Tennessee did, because Tennessee went out there and just whipped them, completely dominated Oklahoma. But, yeah, that's a team that I wonder what's going to happen.
Yeah, Missouri, LSU, and then they have to play at Florida, Mississippi State, Kentucky, Ole Miss, Missouri again, and then they'll play Texas. I'm sure that's the only game they care about. They want to hook them down the whole day.
Yeah, Texas. There's another one, by the way. They lost to Vandy. So the new SEC members. I wonder. Porter Moser's a good coach. There's a little revenge from what happened with Loyola Chicago a few years ago. He was the coach there, but that's a weird fit. I'd be surprised if he's long for Oklahoma. Wouldn't be surprised if both sides want to say, you know what?
You can't have a school like a Jordan Brand school that's sorry.
Mm-hmm.
That's not good for the brand.
Right. Yep.
Dusty Mays with Michigan. You got Hubert Davis, North Carolina. His time looks like it's getting closer to running out, but he is a Tar Heel, so maybe they're more patient with him.
Buzz Peterson could come in there and save the day. He's been linked to GM job there.
He ain't gonna do anything. And then Florida, they're winning. So you can't be Jordan Brand and be a sorry basketball team. They're not gonna allow that.
I'm with you. I wouldn't be surprised if some changes occur with both of the new Big 12 SEC schools. So Tennessee, number 4 in the coaches poll, number 5 in the AP poll, number 4 in the net rankings, and number 4 according to KenPom right now. So most say number 4 in the country. Joe Lunardi right now says a number 1 seed in the NCAA tournament with a big week coming up at Kentucky tomorrow. This time tomorrow we'll be on the sleigh ride with Ron Slay. So at Kentucky and then home for Vanderbilt. Revenge week is here for the Tennessee Volunteers.
Yeah, we got to handle Kentucky. I mean, they finally won the game after beating us. So they have a huge sense of urgency right now with how they've played defensively, and they know that we're coming in trying to get revenge. So that's going to be a good one, man, for sure.
Yeah, Lamont Butler was back for them this past weekend for Kentucky. He missed the Tennessee game, had been out for a little while. And then Jackson Robinson, he had a collision in practice, I think, but still played on Saturday. So Tennessee broke Kentucky by Kentucky winning in Knoxville. So Tennessee will re-break the Wildcats by winning in Lexington. Is that how that works? This was your theory, so I want to make sure I don't misdiagnose.
They broke Kentucky because we were their Super Bowl. And because they won their Super Bowl, they haven't been the same after playing us because they didn't win a game. They lost 2 straight, and defensively they're terrible. And they just won their first game since playing Tennessee. Okay. So we'll see if they are healed tomorrow.
I feel like I'm at a Hornets or a Lakers press conference trying to explain what happened with the deal and who's coming back and who's not.
What a mess.
We will come back. Tennessee at Kentucky tomorrow night is going to be a big basketball game to discuss. Big game last night. The Philadelphia Eagles with the win against the Kansas City Chiefs. We'll discuss that. And we continue to invite you to be a part of the show. Call or text 865-656-9900 if you would like to join us right here on Josh and Swain.
Free on the radio, free on the app, free on our website. You can hear 99.1 The Sports Animal free anytime, anywhere.
Native Design, your local custom pool and hardscape specialist. For 20 years, Native Design has transformed outdoor spaces into breathtaking retreats where families gather, friends connect, and memories are made. Picture the pool of your dreams, a place to relax, entertain, and make any season unforgettable. Paired with excellent, durable hardscapes like custom decking and stonework, Native Design turns ordinary yards into exceptional escapes. Call 865-310-3256 or visit nativetn.com.
Diesel owners know if you take care of your engine, it'll return the favor. Hot Shot Secret formulates additives that help you prevent problems and boost performance. Diesel Extreme cleans internal and external injector deposits, and EDT increases fuel economy by up to 7.3%, scientifically proven by third-party testing. Add Hot Shot Secret at your next fill-up to get the most out of your diesel. Available nationwide at truck stops, farm and automotive stores, and online at hotshotsecret.com. Hot Shot Secret, powered by science.
Hear that? The relaxing sound of ambient music in a yoga class. And if you were here, you'd listen to 15 people taking a deep breath in sync. But you're not here. Because your self-care happens out on the road, riding your motorcycle protected by Progressive. So if you ride, get a quote today and see if you could save with Progressive, America's #1 motorcycle insurer. And find inner peace with a different pose called Palms on Handlebars. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Join Tyler and Will this Friday afternoon at Oak Ridge Nissan at the corner of Illinois Avenue and the Turnpike in Oak Ridge. Make that short 10-minute drive from anywhere to Oak Ridge and save thousands. This Friday afternoon, starting at 3 at Oak Ridge Nissan with Tyler and Will in 99.1 The Sports Animal.
This is Pipe French Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. How can I help you?
I'm having some issues with my drains.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. What seems to be the problem?
It's making this kind of a sound.
No worries. We can help you with that. If your drains are making strange sounds or giving off foul odors, then you may have a blockage or issue with your sewer line. Pipe Wrench can get your pipes flowing again in no time with our $99 drain clearing special. And if we can't open your drain, the visit is free. You also get a free camera inspection of your sewer line to help us easily pinpoint the source of the clog and provide the best and most affordable solution. When we identify the problem, we provide the best option, ranging from drain cabling, hydrojetting, spot repair, or even new sewer line replacements if needed. Don't ignore signs of a clogged drain or sewer line before it turns into a costly problem. Call the plumbing experts at Pipe Wrench today at 865-264-8090 or book online at pipewrench.com.
During basketball and all seasons, choose Coors Light, the official beer of chill, inside Thompson Bowling Arena at Food City Center. When things heat up on the hardwood, reach for the beer that's made to chill. You'll know your Coors Light's perfectly chilled because when the mountains turn blue, it's as cold as the Rockies. Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged for peak refreshment. Coors Light is a proud sponsor of Tennessee Athletics. Always cheer loudly and please celebrate responsibly.
In today's world, everything seems to be getting more expensive. But what if you could make an investment that pays you back, both in your health and your wallet? At Bragg Weight Loss and Wellness, Dr. Terry Bragg uses over 40 years of research and technology to create a weight loss journey specifically for you. No exercise, just eating real food and saving money on groceries in the process. This isn't a quick fix. It's a long-term investment in yourself, one that will leave you feeling better, living better, and saving more. Visit BraggWeightLossAndWellness.com.
Hey Knoxville, it's your local State Farm agent, Josh Hemphill. When you combine State Farm home and auto insurance, you save an average of $889. Contact the Josh Hemphill team right here in Farragut at 865-675-3999.
Welcome back into Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. Chip says Oklahoma's coach should have brought Sister Jean with him. Needs all the help he can get. Maybe so. Tennessee taking care of business at Oklahoma. Dominant in the first half.
Man, that was like an AAU game. Two teams that's heading in two opposite directions. Like everything that Tennessee was throwing up was going in. And Oklahoma just could not score. Either shots wasn't falling, or they were turning the ball over, or they were getting their shots blocked by Felix Apar.
Yeah, Felix continues to come on. Friday, Rick Barnes was talking about some of those new pieces, but really everybody within the roster. It's still not a deep rotation, even with getting Zakai and Igor back after missing the Florida game. If each guy can play his role.
Yeah, like play.
That includes everybody from the top. Zakai was terrific again. Chaz Lanier hitting shots to the guys coming off the bench. If those guys play their roles, then Tennessee is as good as it gets in the country.
Play their roles, but be a little bit better. Like be 1.5% better than they were a couple of weeks ago, because of the rotation being what it is. Versus teams that have a little bit of a deeper rotation, I think it just puts more pressure on the guys who are playing to play that much better. No different than what we saw at home when Tennessee played against Florida. Like you were out Igor and Z, and the guys that played better, and that's why you were able to win with 7 scholarship players. Now you got those two guys back.
Yeah.
If everyone elevates their game, and we've seen that from Igor, we've seen it from Felix. If Darlington Dubar can do it a little bit himself, and then you get what you're getting from Chaz and Z and Gainey offensively, then watch out.
Scott texted in. Scott, we appreciate it. He said, it's amazing how we have come to rely on Joe Lenardi picking who is in and who is out, and the NCAA is okay with it. So Joe Lenardi just works for ESPN. I'm sure he has sources. Or people he's talking to. I don't even know if I should speculate on that. But he is not picking who's in the tournament. He's not 100% right. His bracket projection on Selection Sunday will not be exactly right with what happens. He's on ESPN. He's in a prominent position. Joey Brackets is his nickname. He's done it for a long time. You have Jerry Palm of CBS Sports. You have different bracketologists at many different websites. There's a website that looks at so many different projections. It's called bracketmatrix.com. And Bracket Matrix right now has the same the same 4 number 1 seeds as Joe Lunardi: Auburn, Duke, Alabama, and Tennessee, with Tennessee being the 4th number 1. The Bracket Matrix projection has Florida as the 2nd 2 seed. Joe Lunardi has Florida as the top 2 seed, as an example of the difference. But Joe's not picking the bracket. The NCAA is not having him pick the bracket. He's a guy that you're going to see coverage of, and he's easy to cite, but respect the work of Jerry Palm and a lot of folks out there that are projecting things. But that's all it is. It's a projection. Ken Palm's not picking the bracket. Lunardi's not picking the bracket. The selection committee picks the bracket.
He's not perfect, but
right. He has a really good idea. He has a better idea than I do.
Yeah, he's pretty good at his job. Yeah.
Chase texted this. We haven't gotten to it yet on the show, but he asked, non-sports related, what was your opinion of the halftime show? Chase added that seeing Serena up there dancing really threw me off. That was a little inside baseball with Serena dancing during Not Like Us.
A lot of opinions about the halftime show, for sure. But it was cool to see Serena up there having a good time. She's an icon. She's a legend.
There were several diss songs. Not Like Us is the one that's gotten the most attention, been most celebrated, and Serena dancing during that song was by design because she has history with Drake, as that song is directed toward Drake.
Mm-hmm. She's also from Compton, the same place where Kendrick is from.
Yep. So there are a number of inside facts. If you go through the show and to the end of it, there are differing opinions on the show last night. I thought it was solid. I thought it got better as the event went along. I feel like I may know more of the inside stuff than others, than the average fan that's watching. Like, what is going on here with this show? There are differing opinions about it. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. Not for everybody as well, by the way.
Definitely not for everybody.
I told you, I find it pretty wild that the NFL invited Kendrick Lamar to do the show knowing the current beef between him and Drake, who is also so popular, and knowing what Kendrick will say in that song to the world about Drake.
He didn't say it.
Not every part of it. So I thought it was a solid show, and what I was most intrigued by is how it played out. I was most intrigued to see how he was going to perform Not Like Us, and when he would get to it, how much of the song would be done, and that's how the show played out, where he saved it toward the end. He teased it a couple of times. The Serena throw-in was something. So that's my takeaway. I thought it was a solid show, and I understand why others were like, what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, if you didn't follow it, you don't understand it, you don't get it, then I can certainly understand why folks may not get it, may not like it, whatever. But listen, controversy sells. And you look at the news, it's usually controversial. It's usually negative. That's by design. That's to get your attention. You look at different parts of American society right now. It's controversial. It's what gets people's attention. And I'm not surprised that the NFL allowed Kendrick to come and perform, because he had the hottest song of the year last year. He won 5 Grammys. And so NFL and Jay-Z has a partnership, and Jay-Z has been picking the halftime performances, and he picked this one. So it's not for everybody, but it is for a lot of people that liked it. So I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the football game. Didn't have a problem with the game or the performance. So looking forward to seeing who performs next season. I thought the last couple of years have been pretty good. So no problem, no complaints from me.
Yeah, I don't judge too harshly. Period. I recognize the work that goes into that show, and
man, yeah, a lot of talent, a lot of art being displayed last night that I was able to notice and pick up on, and others may not be able to do that.
Do you have a favorite commercial? Anything stand out in the commercial department?
The commercials just wasn't really hitting the same like they have in the past. Honestly, I wasn't really paying much attention to the commercials. I tried to, but I didn't pay as much of attention as I have in the past.
Probably similar.
What about you?
Yeah, I saw a lot of them, but I missed some. I've seen a few referenced, like, I didn't even see that one. But I like the Michelob Ultra with the pickleball with Rick Ross hustling playing in the background. I thought that was pretty good.
I mean, honestly, the messages about unity.
Uh-huh.
I mean, there were several commercials about that. Honestly, I enjoyed those more than all the other comedic commercials. Like the messages about being together, staying together, embracing people who are different, look different than you. I mean, like I enjoyed that the most because I feel like that's what is needed today. So I guess timing was perfect because I didn't really miss any of those commercials. But some of the other ones I did miss.
Yeah, I am far from a Mayo guy. I like the Hellman's commercial. I thought that was good when they brought back. It was when Hellman's met Sally. I thought that was creative.
Okay.
I like play on words.
I know you do. We know. Yeah, we know.
So, yeah, I don't know. I'm not harsh enough. So, good job, everybody. That's kind of my takeaway. I saw Kendrick's. He's up another 1 million on the IG followers today.
Yep, numbers are moving. Numbers are moving for sure.
Is Drake done responding, by the way? We can move on after that, but is he?
He needs to be. He was out of the country. He's performing in Australia, so that means really nothing for him to say. Like this is
when the crowd at the Grammys and the crowd at the Super Bowl all joins in together at the A minor.
This is not the first L that Drake has taken. He took one to a different artist and he stopped responding. That's what he needs to do, and he's done it for the last couple of months. So there's nothing more for him to say.
Yeah.
Game over.
Game over was the message.
Correct.
Yeah. All right, we'll come back. Segment over. More to go. 865-656-9900 if you would like to join us. We're halfway home. 90 minutes to go. We'll talk more Super Bowl. What a performance by the Philadelphia Eagles, totally dominating the Chiefs last night. We'll talk Tennessee basketball with the win at Oklahoma. A top 4 team, according to most everybody, coming out of the weekend with a big week coming up. Join us, call or text at 865-656-9900 on Josh and Swain.
4 to shoot. Becker's off balance 3, no good. Rebounded by Tennessee. Ruby Whitehorn pulls it in, and the Lady Vols pull the upset. Tonight at the Food City Center, Kim Caldwell takes down UConn and Gino Auriemma. Tennessee breaks UConn's win streak in the series. Your final score from Rocky Top, Tennessee 80, Connecticut 76.
The Lady Vols play here. 99.1, the Sports Animal.
Johnson, I've been reading about this geofencing. Know anything about it?
Yeah, boss. We use geofencing through Cumulus Digital to help drive our sales.
How does it work?
We pick precise locations, and whenever a customer enters that location, they see our ads.
That's what I thought.
CumulusDigital.com.
The great thing about sports is it never stops. Here's another 60-second sports minute on the Sports Animal.
The Philadelphia Eagles are Super Bowl champions after defeating the Kansas City Chiefs 40-22 last night to end Kansas City's bid for a 3rd consecutive Super Bowl victory. Jalen Hurts threw for 2 touchdowns and ran for another and accounted for nearly 300 yards of total offense to earn Super Bowl MVP honors. Patrick Mahomes just 21-32 for 257 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and was sacked 6 times by Philadelphia's defense. The Lady Vols fell to 6th-ranked LSU 82-77 on Sunday. Ruby Whitehorn led Tennessee with 21 points. Lady Vols are now 17-6 on the year, and they will host Auburn on Thursday night. NBA action tonight, 7 o'clock. Cavaliers host the Timberwolves. Hawks visit the Magic. Spurs take on the Wizards. At 7:30, Nets welcome the Hornets. Celtics visit the Heat. 8 o'clock, Bucks host the Warriors. Pelicans visit the Thunder. Mavericks get the Kings at 8:30. Trailblazers visit the Nuggets at 9. And the Lakers host the Jazz at 10:30. I'm Joel Silverberg.
Hey, it's Josh. I want to tell you about Covenant Health Fitness Center. We have a family membership at Covenant Health Fitness Center, and with that, we have access to complimentary child care. Came in handy this weekend. We were able to take the kids to the gym. They hung out at Kid City, had a great time. Then we took the kids swimming. They love to go swimming at the indoor pool, which is available 12 months out of the year. We're getting closer to summer months coming up, and we'll have the outdoor pool available as well. But the different things our kids are able to do, they have different athletic programs. There's indoor and outdoor tennis at Covenant Health Fitness Center. There's so many different things to enjoy, to take advantage of with your membership. That also includes more than 85 group fitness classes that take place every single week. They are included in your membership. Your membership is month to month. There are no long-term contracts. When you sign up, you have access to so much. Plus, you can go through a fitness evaluation, and they can map out a fitness plan for you after you sign up. Kingston Pike, right off Pellissippi Parkway. Tell them the Sports Animal sent you to Covenant Health Fitness Center.
This has been a paid announcement.
Rick Terry here with Rick Terry Jewelry Designs. If you're new to the area or you've never been into our store, let me tell you about our once-a-year clearance sale. It's a great sale. And why? Because it's for real. Not a market up to market down. It's 40 to 50% off our oldest items, 20 to 30% off our newest, hottest items. And it only happens once a year. Sale starts February the 5th through Valentine's Day. I promise you won't be disappointed. Rick Terry Jewelry Designs. We want to be your jeweler.
Hey ladies, do you know the secret to becoming even more beautiful? The secret to great recipe are the ingredients. If your body is primarily water, the most significant ingredient is better water. Hi, I'm David Brewster from Aqua Clear Water Systems. An overlooked beauty secret is the water quality you're drinking and bathing in. If you want to have beautiful skin and hair, it begins with better water. I've been married for 31 years, and my wife is even more beautiful now than when we got married. I believe the number one reason for her beauty is for years she's been drinking and bathing in healthier and safer water that's free from harsh microtoxins and hardness impurities that damage and dull skin and hair. So this month, get better water by having an Aqua Clear water system installed and receive $400 off. Beauty begins with better water. Aqua Clear water.
Aqua Clear will change your water. It'll change your life.
Imagine you're going into surgery and had a choice of doctors, one with 3 years experience and one with 10. The more experienced doc always wins out because the chances of a positive outcome are better, right? The same goes for commercial real estate. Trusting the less experience can cost you dearly when time and knowledge are factored in. So why take the chance? Trust the largest and most experienced commercial real estate company in East Tennessee. NAI Cola RM Moore, 40 plus years in business, over 20 brokers with countless prestigious industry certifications, and close to 500 years of combined staff experience. From office and investment property to property management, trust the experienced professionals at NAI Cola RM Moore to maximize your profit potential in commercial real estate. Reach NAI Cola RM Moore today. Call 865-531-6400. That's 865-531-6400. And online at colamore.com.
During basketball and all seasons, choose Coors Light, the official beer of chill, inside Thompson Bowling Arena at Food City Center. When things heat up on the hardwood, reach for the beer that's made to chill. You'll know your Coors Light's perfectly chilled because when the mountains turn blue, it's as cold as the Rockies. Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged for peak refreshment. Coors Light is a proud sponsor of Tennessee Athletics. Always cheer loudly and please celebrate responsibly.
This report is sponsored by Tennessee Oncology. Cutting-edge cancer care is coming to Morristown, Tennessee. Tennessee Oncology will open its new clinic location in Morristown in March 2025. For more information, call 888-317-3240. That's 888-317-3240.
First Alert's on tap. More rain than we've seen all year in the coming days, but not on Monday. It's pretty quiet. The clouds battling it out with limited sunshine and a high exactly average at 52. Off and on rain throughout the day, especially in the heart of the region on Tuesday. More rain late Wednesday at a ponding risk. From the WVLT Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Ben Cathy.
Hey Knoxville, it's your local State Farm agent, Josh Hemphill. When you combine State Farm home and auto insurance, you save an average of $889. Contact the Josh Hemphill team right here in Powell at 865-512-7542.
Listening to us on the air, free. Listening on the app, free. Listening on our website, free. No subscription required. Just free sports talk.
This is Coach Josh Heupel. You're listening to Josh and Swain on 99.1, the Sports Animal.
This is Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. At Josh and Swain on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. On the phone lines and in the text box at 865-656-9900 with the Philadelphia Eagles winning the Super Bowl last night. Jason Swain, 40-22. You have two late scores to still keep it a blowout. That's how dominant Philly was with its win over KC last night.
Man, sometimes you just walk into an L-shaped ambush, and if they play 5 times, I don't know how many times the Eagles would win, but I don't think Eagles would beat the Chiefs like that.
Yeah, like that, I don't think so, because again, they dominated up front, and that changed everything, and it affected Mahomes' plays. But even with that, he's not always going to throw interceptions. A pick six and another interception inside, deep in their own territory that set up another score. That took it from, okay, this is going to be difficult to keep up with. They have no shot to keep up. That was the difference in the game. But the Philly on offense hit deep plays down the field that Mahomes tried to make a couple of times to catch back up, and pressure came. That was on the fumble. He was about to launch one. I don't know if he was going to be able to connect. It might have been one shot to Xavier Worthy.
Got crushed.
But, yep, there came the pressure again. There was no shot for Kansas City to protect. Mahomes was as affected and rattled by it as we're going to see a quarterback be. And Philly just looked like the team that was deeper, more athletic, more talented, and better up front. And it showed throughout the game.
No, they were. And Kansas City didn't do a really good job with the middle 8. KC won the coin toss. Eagles had the ball first, which gave the Chiefs the ball first in the second half. And they had a chance to have the ball last at the end of the first half, go down and score, get the ball back in the second half, and possibly put up 14 points and carve into the lead, but they just were unable to do that either. So they missed a golden opportunity there in the middle 8.
And then something else that we've discussed and a lot of people are starting to pay more attention to is the story of Jalen Hurts. He's the MVP of the Super Bowl, which I'm totally cool with. I don't know how you choose a defensive player. That would have been difficult to do.
Yeah, the whole defense probably deserved.
Yeah, if you could give the defense and the defensive front, but even there you have Cooper DeJean, who has the pick six on his birthday. There's another great draft pick, by the way, where he maybe slid a little further than he should have, and the Eagles grabbed him. But they go with Jalen Hurts, who also had a terrific game. He hit big plays and scored the opening touchdown, so he deserves it. But the story of what he had overcome, the amount of doubt. Did you see the Jordan commercial that they put out right after? Thought that was pretty good. It ends with love, Hurts. And he is an example of overcoming adversity, facing failure, but not allowing that to be the end of the story and coming back from it. I had forgotten because I was looking at the timeline that you can easily find of he's had to overcome this and this and this to get in this position. Even his freshman year, because remember, he takes over almost right away in that win against USC and has a big freshman season. In the national title game, he scored what would have been the game-winning touchdown against Clemson with 2 minutes to go. But Deshaun Watson led them back down the field, and they scored a touchdown as time was expiring, essentially, to win the game. Otherwise, as a freshman, he would have led them to a national championship. He came back the next season to try to do that. He gets benched. He sticks around, and in his junior season at Alabama, has to come back in and save the day in the SEC title game. Then he goes to Oklahoma, succeeds as a quarterback there, but he gets drafted where a lot of people are asking, why are you taking him in the second round when you have Carson Wentz that's a little bit awkward to step into that situation, but he handled his role as the backup right. Then he steps into the starting role where people continued to question him. And then when they got close a couple of years ago, there continued to be the question of, okay, you're there, but is Hurts really the guy that's going to help you get over the top? And then during this playoff run, a lot of people wondered, well, he doesn't really do enough in the passing game, does he? And he's the Super Bowl MVP a couple weeks later. I think it's a remarkable story of what he has done over the last, what are we talking here, 6 years or so, 7 years of his football career, to be counted out, pushed back so many times, and now forever a hero in the city of Philadelphia.
It's a reminder that playing quarterback is more than just throwing a football. It's more than just handing it off to a running back or a receiver on the reverse, or a shovel pass to a tight end or a running back. Playing quarterback is about leadership. It's about your teammates having trust and belief in you. It's about your ability to lead your peers, and in this case, be a leader of men yourself. Look at Carson Wentz. And when you line up Carson Wentz versus Jalen Hurts and it's a throwing competition, I'm pretty sure Carson Wentz is going to win. His ability to throw the football, throw with accuracy. He's also mobile. But there was reports coming out of Philadelphia that Carson Wentz wasn't the leader that the Eagles players were responding to. And that's the difference. I mean, quarterback is more than just about throwing the ball far or throwing it with accuracy or knowing the plays. It's about when you walk into that huddle and the 10 guys in that huddle look in your eyes and they believe that you're going to lead them to the promised land. And that's what those Eagles players, that's what they think when they look at Jalen Hurts. He has led the Eagles. He's played through injury. He's bounced back from adversity. And you have someone like that, man, you respect him, you play hard for him. You're willing to run through a brick wall for him. And that's what I see with the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, Hurts is one of those guys where when he speaks, you want to pay attention to what he's saying. If you're his teammate, he speaks up because he's fairly soft-spoken. Mm-hmm. But, man, he is as strong-minded as it gets.
Very intentional. Mm-hmm. Very calculated in what he says. I mean, I give a lot of credit to his father. Mm-hmm. I mean, he comes from that coaching household. They were talking about how his dad was, I want to say, like a lifting coach. And so Hurts has always been really good at power cleaning and squats, and he's always lifted a ton and always had that power, which is why the tush push is unstoppable. But I look at the foundation of Jalen Hurts, and it starts at home for him.
So here we are the day after the Super Bowl. Swain, I think your heart's gotten a little softer as well. You've got Jalen Hurts, Devontae Smith, a couple of former Alabama guys. You're happy for on this Monday.
Yeah, I'm happy for them. Not because they went to Alabama, but just because of how they have carried themselves and conducted themselves. And I mean, I know what it's like to be a student athlete, and I would hate for someone to look at me and not like me just because of the color that I'm wearing, but miss out on like the person I am. And I don't want to do that to Jalen Hurts. Like, he's a good dude. That's like me not liking Tim Tebow just because he played for Florida. Like, that's silly. Like, in the moment when he's playing at Florida, okay, but like when you really put things in perspective, you're like, what am I doing? Dude's an awesome human being. He just grew up as a Florida fan. That's his only fault. This is his only fault. Outside of that, man, he's a good dude. So I don't want to do that to guys like Devontae Smith and guys like Jalen Hurts, man. They're awesome dudes. And I wouldn't want people to do that to, our players like, Dylan Sampson and Zakai Ziegler and Josh Dobbs, some of the great human beings that we've had come through our program in the last couple of years.
Yeah, remember back during the middle of the season we gave an attaboy to Jalen Hurts because his foundation had linked up, or they were involved with the Keep It Cool initiative in Philadelphia because schools were having to close back when it was really hot because they didn't have enough air conditioning.
Yep.
So he, through his foundation, provided donations for every touchdown that he scored. So may not like the tush push, but the tush push ended up providing some relief there in the Philadelphia schools. So a good guy, great story. Jalen Hurts, the Super Bowl MVP with the Eagles' dominant win over the Chiefs yesterday, or last night. We'll come back, 865-656-9900 to be a part of the show. VFL and former Tennessee wide receiver Jason Swain is here. I'm Josh Ward. We continue on Josh and Swain.
We all know the Valentine's Day go-to gifts are flowers, chocolates, maybe even perfume. But what about something that will truly last and protect your loved ones along the way? I'm talking about life insurance. I called SelectQuote to secure our coverage and couldn't believe how easy and affordable it was. I'm 40, and my $500,000 policy was only $16 a month. My husband's also 40, and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. And with their same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. With monthly payments less than the cost of a dozen roses, this Valentine's Day is the perfect time to make sure your family is protected.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-418-3366 or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-418-3366. 1-800-418-3366. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Does life feel heavy sometimes? Lay your burden down and give it to God. The Gathering Church is a community of believers who are not here to fix you, but to help you receive the love that God wants you to have. It's never too late. Jesus still saves, heals, delivers, prospers, and He cares for you. Prayer service at 9:30 a.m., teaching at 10:30. Visit online at thegatheringfamily.com, or better yet, come in person. All are welcome at The Gathering. You're not alone. You can make this place your home.
Rick Terry here with Rick Terry Jewelry Designs. If you're new to the area or you've never been in our store, let me tell you about our once-a-year clearance sale. It's a great sale. And why? Because it's for real. Not a market up to market down. It's 40 to 50% off our oldest items, 20 to 30% off our newest, hottest items. And it only happens once a year. Sale starts February the 5th through Valentine's Day. I promise you won't be disappointed. Rick Terry Jewelry Designs. We want to be your jeweler.
Hello, friends. This is Kevin Frazier, and it's Wham Dougal time at Frazier's Carpet One. It's February, and Frazier's is packed to the rafters with carpet, hardwood, luxury vinyl tile and plank, ceramic, and more. So it's time for our once-a-year Wham Dougal sale. If it's in stock, it's on sale. Carpet from 69 cents a square foot. Hardwood from $1.99 a square foot. Luxury vinyl plank from 79 cents a square foot. And the list goes on and on. January was our biggest and best sale ever. Frazier suppliers are chomping at the bit to keep the momentum rocking. So if you're even thinking about new floor covering, now is the time to call Frazier's at 546-4850. And we'll come to you with free in-home estimates.
Frazier's, I like your style.
It's a Wham Dougal of a sale. For the floor, from the store, you trust more. Frazier's Carpet One.
I remember when I was a little boy and every day we had fresh milk delivered by our friend Fred. You see, Fred was our milkman, and he always had a smile on his face. He went about his business with joy, and he served his customers well. He would deliver our milk ice cold in those glass bottles and right to our doorstep. It seems like that good old-fashioned, joyful service is a thing of the past these days. Well, not here at the Bed Store. We believe that when you choose to buy your mattress from us, that we should make your entire experience a great one. When we deliver your bed, we literally roll out a red carpet to make sure that we show your home the utmost respect, and we put little mints on your new pillows. We go over, above, and beyond because you deserve that kind of old-fashioned tuck-you-in service. Right now at the Bed Store, you can get well tucked into any Tempur-Pedic mattress and get up to $300 in free sleep accessories, and we'll deliver that Tempur-Pedic locally for free. Come see us at any one of our 8 convenient area locations today, or shop with us at bedstore.com. The Bed Store, well, we'll even tuck you in.
This is Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. Final segment of hour number 2. One other commercial. I thought the Shabuzi Nerds Gummy Cluster commercial was good. I don't know how those things are legal.
They're not in some countries, Josh.
You get a hold of one of those bags, it's over. No shot. It's a beautiful product.
I mean,
My
it really
goodness.
is. You get the different textures.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a big texture guy.
Yeah.
So you get the
Yep.
the crunch.
With the gummy?
Yeah, man. It's dangerous.
Yep.
But, yeah, Josh, it actually is illegal in some countries.
I believe it. Hey, so Dale texted in. This is a question that's continuing, and we discussed it before the Super Bowl at the end of last week. But the question was, is Hurts a Sooner or a Bammer?
Well, it's been settled, right?
The answer is both, and a lot of people are not going to like that. But this is one of those rare cases where he left on good terms, contributed in a big way to Alabama's success, and then finished up successfully at Oklahoma with the one season he had there. But Jalen Hurts has answered this for us. He considers both. He says roll Sooner. We've seen artwork at his home since he's gone to the NFL with him in his Alabama uniform. There's one that's just him in an Alabama uniform. There's another one with it. It's a painting of Oklahoma, Jalen, patting Bama, Jalen on the helmet. So the answer is both. And I think the reason this comes up is because a lot of folks would rather Alabama not be able to claim Jalen. They would like that to be taken away. But the truth is Jalen claims Alabama, so I think Alabama should be able to claim Jalen. He helped them win championships.
Well, the real truth is
he graduated
Josh,
from Alabama.
The real truth is we like to see Bama squirm at all costs.
Sure.
So,
which I get.
Yeah. I mean, any sport, if they losing, it's a good day for Tennessee fans. And so you don't want to see them happy about anything. And them being able to claim Jalen Hurts means that they're happy about something. And we don't like that. So we try to disqualify them, but we can't because he claimed Alabama, and he's also claimed Oklahoma. So,
Oklahoma even recognized Jalen as someone who came from Alabama. When he was off to the NFL, the official Oklahoma Twitter account posted built by Bama and Boomer Sooner or whatever they wrote.
Yeah, that was before Oklahoma officially got into the league, right?
That was before, but it's out there.
Yeah,
They've already done
that's not really SEC behavior.
It's weirder now. Yeah. But he didn't go to Texas, so they're cool with it.
Well, of course, because that's all I think about is Texas.
So, the fact of the matter is Jalen claims Bama. Oklahoma recognizes Bama on Jalen's behalf, so Bama can claim Jalen.
That's what he wants to do. He has a degree from Alabama. I get it.
Yeah, that's a big part of it to me. He graduated from Bama. So you have the on-field success, you have the degree, you have the claim.
I'm sure it wasn't that hard to get.
See, that's good. You can work that one in. Even when giving props, the hate
I'm sorry.
The hate in self is still there.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm working on me, man. I'm trying to be better.
How hard you trying over there?
Real hard.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I've been trying real hard since January 1st.
Okay, repeat after me. Roll.
Roll.
And then?
And then?
Tied.
No.
We'll just roll on to the final hour of the show. That's coming up next on Josh and Swain.
Warm weather's here, and it's time to get outside and enjoy the privacy and the comforts of your own backyard, but you don't have a privacy fence. Or perhaps you need to upgrade your fence, as I just recently did with Tennessee Home. When contacting Tennessee Home, you're looking for somebody who is a licensed contractor who has one of the most experienced teams that East Tennessee has to offer. Over 100 yards for me and the new pup, Howie, and I've been satisfied since the final post went in the ground. 865-304-0955. That's 865-304-0955. We're online at TennesseeHome.us.
Fellas, low T is not your typical doctor's office. Their physicians specialize in treating low T with testosterone replacement, or TRT, for each and every patient. So if you're feeling different, tired, grumpy, you've noticed a lack of motivation and drive, there's some weight gain, or you have also noticed a loss of muscle mass, it's time to get your levels checked because these are signs of low testosterone. You can do that with the Low T Center because of their on-site lab. A simple test, and you get your results back right there inside of the center. You can get your health evaluated, too, for treatment with prescription GLP-1 weight loss medications. And for current patients, Low T Center is offering you a $150 referral credit for each new patient that you refer. So let's get you back to your best, feeling your best, looking your best. Go to the website, that's lowtcenter.com, to book your appointment online today. That's lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
This has been a big announcement. Diesel owners know if you take care of your engine, it'll return the favor. Hot Shot Secret formulates additives that help you prevent problems and boost performance. Diesel Extreme cleans internal and external injector deposits, and EDT increases fuel economy by up to 7.3%. Scientifically proven by third-party testing. Add Hot Shot Secret at your next fill-up to get the most out of your diesel. Available nationwide at truck stops, farm and automotive stores, and online at hotshotsecret.com. Hot Shot Secret, powered by science.
Hear that? The relaxing sound of ambient music in a yoga class. And if you were here, you'd listen to 15 people taking a deep breath in sync. But you're not here. Because your self-care happens out on the road, riding your motorcycle, protected by Progressive. So if you ride, get a quote today and see if you could save with Progressive, America's #1 motorcycle insurer. And find inner peace with a different pose called Palms on Handlebars. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Is your dripping faucet driving you crazy? Is your toilet running a marathon after every flush? Then call the local plumbing experts at Pipe Wrench Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling today. We offer same-day service guaranteed for all your plumbing repair needs, and we've been voted best plumbing company in Knoxville 7 years in a row. All plumbing systems and fixtures eventually deteriorate over time, leading to a host of problems. And with freezing winter weather, you may be experiencing plumbing issues such as leaking or burst pipes, water heater failure, clogged drains or toilets, and even sewer line backups. If you need immediate plumbing repair services, including emergency or after-hours assistance, the expert plumbers at Pipe Wrench can help. No matter what the problem is, call us to schedule an appointment for a complete assessment so we can identify the issue, provide the best long-term solution, and quickly fix your plumbing, drain, or sewer system. We also offer free on-site estimates on replacements, plus free second opinions on repairs. Call Pipe Wrench at 865-264-8090 or book online at pipewrench.com to schedule your appointment today.
At the YMCA of East Tennessee, your membership comes with so much more than just access to the gym. Group classes like yoga, body pump, Zumba, Pilates, Ultimate Fit, and water aerobics are all included. Need childcare while you work out? No problem. Whether you're an elite athlete training for the Knoxville Marathon or stepping into the gym for the very first time, yes, we'll even help you turn on the treadmill. You'll find all the support you need at the Y. 5 locations in Knoxville, unlimited possibilities. Join the Y today at ymcaknoxville.org, the YMCA of East Tennessee, for a better us.
This is WNML AM Knoxville, WNML FM Friendsville, streaming worldwide on the Sports Animal app and website, 991thesportsanimal.com. 99.1 The Sports Animal, the station where the Vols play.
This is Andrew Perloff with a Sports Minute. Perhaps no coach has deserved a victory cigar more than the Eagles' Nick Sirianni last night in New Orleans. Fans wanted him fired. The national media gives him no respect, and yet he's a Super Bowl champion with one of the best winning percentages in NFL history. It's hard to quantify a coach's value when he doesn't call plays, but clearly Sirianni is doing something right because his teams play extremely hard, and now he has a ring. I'm Andrew Perloff.
This is a story of the one. As a maintenance specialist for University Housing, he knows college students can major in wear and tear. Plus, housing so many students doesn't leave a lot of room to house all the supplies he needs. That's where Grainger comes in. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast, dependable delivery, Grainger carries the quality products he needs so he doesn't have to. From a new door hinge to a whole new faucet. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Mornings can start feeling the same. Wake up, brush teeth, go to work. But with breakfast from Wendy's, it's like, wake up, brush teeth, Baconate with a breakfast Baconator. Roll with the sausage breakfast burrito. Buddy it up with a honey buddy. Or get seasoned with seasoned potatoes. And then go to work. Sorry. When you're ready for a fresh wake-up call, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
Shopping for a mortgage? Don't sign a thing till you call for a free quote from Fountain City Finance. 687-8200.
Back to begin hour number 3 of Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. Chase texted in and said, Swain, after what Josh just tried to get you to say, hit him with all the short jokes for the last hour of the show. I wasn't trying to do anything. I was just, you were talking about, being a new you, better you. So I was just seeing how far that better Swain was going.
You didn't notice that last week when we had Richard Hendricks on?
You were...
I was very professional.
Very
I
professional.
I was on best behavior. Now, I'm the one who invited him on the show, so I mean, I wouldn't invite him on the show just to throw Bama digs at him.
Right.
That wouldn't be nice.
It wouldn't be. He also was a basketball player.
It don't matter.
Okay.
We can have softball, volleyball, swimming.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it don't matter.
You can still find hate in your heart.
For a Bammer. That's right.
Okay.
Orange power.
Okay. So I'll be on my my best behavior toward you if you want to do the same, as Chase has asked for some short jokes here over the next hour.
No. I'm gonna take the high road, Josh. Take the high road, because it's easy to get there without a step stool. I'm not going to do it.
Okay, that's where we are. Poppy asked, is Peyton a Colt or a Bronco?
Peyton is a Bronco because that's what he wants to be remembered as.
Yeah, I think the answer there is both as well, but we see a lot more Denver connections these days.
Man, note to self, don't ever cross Peyton. He will never, and I mean ever, forget. He doesn't care if you put a statue of him in your front yard. He will always remember. And that's what Jim Irsay tried to do, giving Peyton Manning a statue outside the stadium. And it don't matter. He still claims Denver before he claims the Colts.
Won a Super Bowl with both, but
yeah, but
connections there strong. He's maintained a home in Denver.
Yeah, he built that stadium in Indianapolis.
We see him often, I think, at Broncos games. I'm not sure that I've seen, Nuggets games. Being in Denver, going to Denver Nuggets games. I'm not sure that I've seen him at a Pacers game.
I don't think I've ever seen him
in a while.
No.
We were also asked this question: why did Tennessee drop in the rankings? So the Associated Press poll came out an hour ago.
Yeah, Josh. Because I was asking you this during the break.
Yeah.
Like, Tennessee beat Missouri, Oklahoma last week. Did not lose.
Right.
The 3 teams who are ahead of Tennessee now all lost last week. Mm-hmm. And one of those teams lost to Tennessee within 2 weeks. So how does that work? Duke lost. Auburn lost. And who else?
Well, in front of Tennessee, Duke and Auburn.
Yes.
Yeah. Florida went 2-0 and jumped Tennessee. That ends up being the issue. Florida jumped Tennessee.
Which, I mean, listen, they went on the road and beat Auburn.
Yeah, they went 2-0. They beat Vanderbilt by 11.
But
and they won at Auburn.
But Duke
lost to Clemson.
You lost to Clemson. Like, you didn't lose to a top 5 team, a top 10 team. Now, Clemson's good, don't get me wrong, but they're not a top 10, 15 team.
Yeah.
Listen, I really don't care.
Right.
At the end of the day.
Look, I understand that it's confusing. You go 2-0 and you drop. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense on the surface. Here is the literal explanation. The literal explanation is Florida goes 2-0 and wins at Auburn. So in the vote, people moved Florida up, and they didn't move Duke down enough. Because the way the voting works, it's not like there's a committee that comes together and says, this is the top 25 of the AP. It is a group of voters, and you get a certain amount of points for where you fall in each individual person's ballot. Florida and Duke are actually tied. They each got 1,342 points. Tennessee is at 1,315. So Tennessee is closer to number 3 than it is number 6. Again, Florida and Duke are tied at number 3. I can also say that, and your response can be, yeah, I get it. That's still stupid. Tennessee shouldn't fall going 2-0. And to that point, I would agree with you. I don't think it makes a lot of sense that Tennessee fell. Tennessee does have the more recent win against Florida. Florida and Tennessee each have blowout wins against one another. Florida is 20-3. Tennessee is 20-4. Florida winning at Auburn allowed the Gators to move up. I think the better debate is with Duke, because Duke is very impressive. Duke has a win against Auburn, but more recently, Tennessee has played a much tougher schedule. Duke just lost over the weekend to Clemson, while Tennessee just went 2-0 last week. So Duke would be the one to complain about, I think, before Florida.
Yeah, like, again, for me, it's about the bracket and where Tennessee is going to be seated and placed. So I'm not going to be upset about where Tennessee is and them dropping a spot in the AP poll, but it is a little silly when you think about it.
Yep. And in the coaches' poll, Tennessee stayed the same, while Duke fell behind Tennessee and Florida jumped Tennessee. So in the coaches' poll, the top 4 are all from the SEC. Alabama is ranked number 1 in the coaches' poll. Auburn remains number 1 despite the home loss on Saturday in the Associated Press poll. So the coaches' poll has Alabama, Auburn, Florida, and Tennessee as the top 4. The SEC in basketball has the top 4 spots in the coaches' poll.
That's
incredible.
That's crazy. I don't think Alabama is better than Duke, but it doesn't really matter.
These are all really impressive teams.
Oh, for sure.
Bama and Auburn still have 2 games against each other. Bama plays in Knoxville on March 1st, so that's about 3 weeks away. Tennessee's big home game against Alabama.
February 15th, Saturday. That's the matchup. Alabama-Auburn, 1 versus 2. College game day. That game will be at Alabama. Ken Palm is saying that Auburn's going to win that one. But that'll be must-see TV for sure.
Joey in Coreyton says, mark down my prediction. Auburn blows it before the Final Four. Their arrogance will come back to bite them.
I mean, they did it with when they had Jabari Smith. I mean, they had a team that was number 1 in the country. They came up here, and Tennessee gave them the business. And they wound up losing in the tournament. They were a team that was number 1 ranked in the country for a couple of weeks during the season. That team was really, really good. But you miss shots. Anybody can go home if you miss shots from the outside. Anyone can have an off night.
With Florida, Randy and Maryville makes a fair point when you look at their resume. Florida jumping Tennessee in both polls, AP and coaches polls. Their resume includes beating Tennessee when Tennessee was number 1 and winning at number 1 Auburn. Florida's resume is really impressive.
I mean, it is
offensively and defensively, they rank top 10 in both categories.
It's good. Can't deny that.
Florida beat Tennessee by 30, won at Auburn, and really controlled that game.
I mean, they were about 20 points at once. Yeah.
They beat Georgia by 30.
Josh, you have to say Georgia.
By 30.
Everybody beats Georgia by a lot of points. We was up by Georgia like 20-something points too.
Beat Texas by 24.
Yeah, they beating teams down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Florida beating 2 number 1 teams.
Yeah.
No one's done that in the country.
But
so,
hey,
very impressive.
Dropping a spot in the AP poll, let this fuel you. You got the haters, you got the doubters out there.
We got plenty of fuel. Kentucky came in here and put their feet on our couch.
Mm-hmm.
Opened your refrigerator without asking and made a sandwich and didn't even get a paper plate. They used the fine china.
All the deli meat was gone when they left.
All of it. Didn't even put the condiments back in the refrigerator. Just left it on the counter. Didn't take their shoes off when they put their feet up on the couch. So you know what you need to do to Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
And in Vanderbilt, them storming the court on you, that's plenty reason enough to get revenge on those guys. They really acted like little brother. So you got to put them back in place.
I haven't seen the individual vote. John messaged us and said UConn's beat writer voted Tennessee 12th. Is that newsworthy?
He just salted it. St. John's put it on them.
Yeah, St. John's beat UConn on Friday.
Yeah.
At Patino.
Like, there's a NFL MVP voter that had Lamar Jackson 4th place.
Mm-hmm.
And then this vote with Tennessee being 12th place. You really expose yourself for being an idiot when you do stuff like that. Like, I understand putting Tennessee at like 5 or 6 or whatever because they lost 4. Cool, whatever. But 12? Come on, man. No different than preseason football, someone picking Vanderbilt to win the SEC. Like, come on, man. Take this stuff serious.
Yeah, some stuff should be thrown out or votes should be taken away. There has to be some common sense that's applied. It's similar to the Baseball Hall of Fame, Ichiro not being unanimous. When you find out somebody didn't vote for King Griffey Jr.,
hey, what are we doing?
When you find out somebody didn't vote for Derek Jeter or Greg Maddux,
yeah,
we can keep going down the list because it's happened so many times. Mariano Rivera is the unanimous vote, and he deserved to be. But if you find out if you needed to see more, I'm going to need to see your ballot moving forward. Your vote's being taken away. So similar with at least with the preseason stuff, it's a preseason vote. But it's still absurd when you see South Carolina and Vandy.
Just silly.
With all due respect.
Why?
Getting first place votes. Well, because everybody's even going in. Oh, no.
No, you're not.
No, they're not. No, they are not. Nope. Their players are not quite as big or as fast as their opponents.
They're not even. Their record may be 0-0, but they are not even, sir.
Yeah, they're even at the line, and then their opponents are leaving when the ball is snapped.
Shannon said that he's salty from the women's game. That's right.
Okay.
Lady Vols handling business versus UConn. He's probably salty about that.
I didn't even put those two together, so maybe so. Maybe so, yeah.
Yeah. Sure would have helped to have that type of performance on the road yesterday versus LSU.
Yeah, tough one there in Baton Rouge, coming up short. Again in the game in the fourth quarter, but came up short in conference play.
Yeah, just too many mistakes late in the game, and you just can't make those mistakes against a really good team. Shannon also said, Aaron Rodgers not going back to the Jets.
We haven't gotten to that, but the Titans looking for a quarterback, Swain.
Shannon, Raiders or Bears after the big quarterback free agent. No, we got our quarterback. It's Caleb Williams. We already have a quarterback. But Aaron Rodgers, hey, that'd be good with the Raiders, right?
I'm looking here. We both have access to the program. How do you block numbers? How do we do that?
I don't know.
Keep him away from that franchise.
I wouldn't want Aaron Rodgers anywhere close to my organization.
But
anywhere close.
It does appear he wants to continue to play. But we received reports yesterday. Jay Glazer reported on Fox that the Jets told Aaron that they will be moving in a different direction.
Yeah, Shannon. Aaron Rodgers, according to Shannon, will be a good mentor for Williams or O'Connell. No, Aaron Rodgers will be the worst mentor for any quarterback.
Shannon knows what he's doing.
No, he'd be a terrible mentor. Do not follow Aaron Rodgers at this point of his career. I'm pretty sure you can learn some things. I'm sure Jordan Love picked up on some things that helped him as far as his game playing the quarterback position. But you don't follow Aaron Rodgers' leadership skills. Like, that's why it didn't work in New York. But that's going to be interesting, man. Which team is going to bring him in? Is it the Vikings?
That's the true Brett Favre path. If he goes from the Jets to the Vikings.
Hey, the Vikings, Titans, Raiders. I mean, these are all teams that need a quarterback to maybe fill in until they get their next franchise quarterback. J.J. McCartney still dealing with the injury. So who knows if he's 100% ready to go at the beginning of the season.
Another reason to not bring in Aaron Rodgers, removing the lack of leadership or those type characteristics that you're looking for.
It's not that good either.
He's not a good quarterback anymore.
like I was getting ready to say, he just wasn't that good last year.
Yeah. When he doesn't seem to bring the leadership that you're looking for, when he brings a ton of media attention that you're not exactly asking for, and he can't make plays on the field, I'm not sure why I would do it.
You know,
we'll see. Somebody might.
You know, he's doing this show on ESPN, on Pat McAfee show, and like he was playing well while saying controversial stuff and doing Aaron Rodgers stuff, right? But it just doesn't work when you stink on the field and you're making those same comments. It's a huge distraction. And so which team wants to bring that in? Shannon says that I was just trying to keep him out of Nashville.
Okay, well, that I respect. You're trying to you have your own team's interests in mind there. That I respect. Just send him to Chicago for the mentorship. Leave him out.
We have a starting quarterback, and we have a backup already.
Okay,
bag it. Like we okay.
All right, we'll come back. Rick Barnes on Tennessee's potential offensively. We've seen it show up here in the last week as there's about a month to go here in the regular season for Tennessee. Here, Rick Barnes coming up. Join us, call or text at 865-656-9900. Jason Swain is here, VFL, former Tennessee wide receiver. I'm Josh Ward as we continue on Josh and Swain.
4 to shoot. Beggars off balance. 3, no good. Rebounded by Tennessee. Ruby Whitehorn pulls it in, and the Lady Vols pull the upset. Tonight at the Food City Center, Kim Caldwell takes down UConn and Gino Ariema. Tennessee breaks UConn's win streak in the series. Your final score from Rocky Top, Tennessee 80, Connecticut 76.
The Lady Vols play here. 99.1, the sports animal.
You are losing money if you do not add a deck before you sell your home. That's why you need to call James Anthony, 304-0955. You can also see what you can do online. That's at TennesseeHome.us. We're talking 20 years of experience and not just squares and rectangles. If you're looking for somebody who can bring customization to your home, call James Anthony at Tennessee Home, 304-0955, 304-0955, or TennesseeHome.us.
Shopping with your parents can be embarrassing.
Why would they sell jeans with holes in them? I'm going to speak to the manager.
Mom!
That hoodie is giving. You should get it. YOLO.
Thanks to the Chase mobile app, your kid can shop independently while you keep an eye on their spending. So you can go from...
We can be twinsies.
...to...
How was shopping? Saw you stayed on budget.
Thanks, Mom. Freedom for kids, control for parents. That's family banking from Chase.
Account subject to approval. Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. Member FDIC.
Morning, Paula.
Morning, Ron.
Another day in Adminville, am I right?
What are you working on? Oh!
You okay?
Your tabs. You have so many open.
Yeah, gotta order lunch for the big client meeting. With great responsibility comes tabs.
I can help. Close all those tabs and open just one, EasyCater.com. Online ordering from local restaurants, plus tools to save time, stay on budget, track expenses.
One tab to rule them all.
EasyCater, the smarter way to order food for work. Order now at EasyCater.com.
Last year's Retro Food City 500 was a huge success. 54 lead changes, a new record. And for 2025, we are back to the sweet spring weather of April. It's racing the way it ought to be at Bristol, baby. And now it's a triple header weekend with trucks, Xfinity, and Cup races. Better weather and more racing equals more hooting and hollering fun. It's the Food City 500 NASCAR weekend at Bristol Motor Speedway, April 11 through 13, 2025. It's Bristol, baby!
When it comes to protecting my family's future, I want a life insurance company that's at the top of their game. That's why I got same-day coverage through Ethos. There was no paperwork, no waiting around, and no medical exam. I just answered a few health questions online, and Ethos set me up with a $3 million policy for about $2 a day. Go to tryethos.com and get it done today. That's TRYETHOS.com. TRYETHOS.com. Sample rates is a 10-year term life policy for 35-year-old healthy non-smoking male. Billed monthly.
Let's see, landscapers I can afford. I'm searching affordable landscapers near me. Here we go.
Right here, sir. How can we help?
It's the same ones I saw last time.
Sir, we're right here and reasonably priced.
Why is he not seeing us?
It looks like the ugly yard stays.
Sir, can you not see us?
Nope, he can't see you because you're buried deep in the list of local landscapers. You're invisible online. Introducing Cumulus Boost. Get a boost. Get found. Get on the map. Learn more at cumulusboost.com.
This isn't your grandparents' YMCA. Sure, you might have learned to swim at the Y or spend summers at camp, but when was the last time you experienced the Y? Today's YMCA of East Tennessee is packed with everything you need to crush your fitness goals. From top-of-the-line workout equipment to pickleball courts, platforms for heavy lifting, certified personal trainers, and high-energy body pump classes. There's a place for you at the Y. Rediscover the YMCA of East Tennessee. 5 locations, endless possibilities. Visit ymcaknoxville.org to join today. The YMCA of East Tennessee, where fitness meets community.
When family matters become legal matters, you need someone on your side who truly understands. At McKinnish Law Group, they focus on family law, guiding you through the toughest times with experience, compassion, and results. From custody battles to divorce and everything in between, they're here to protect your rights and your family's future. Trust a law firm who cares. McKinnish Law Group, your family, their priority. Visit McKinnishLaw.com today for a consultation and take the first step towards resolution.
Everything is more expensive than ever before. Well, except for the sports animal. Always free on the air and on the stream. Always. 99.1 The Sports Animal. Fair, honest sports conversation from two guys that define credibility. Here's Josh and Swain on The Sports Animal.
Back on Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. 865-656-9900 to join us as we have discussed the Philadelphia Eagles win over the Kansas City Chiefs last night. The Eagles dominated en route to winning their Super Bowl last night over the Chiefs. We've also talked about Tennessee basketball with the win, making it look easy with the way that first half went against Oklahoma, cruising the rest of the way to win 70-52 on Saturday. Tennessee remains number 4 in the coaches poll, number 4 in the net rankings as well, dropping 1 spot to number 5 in the Associated Press poll as Florida jumped up and is tied at number 3 with Duke. Auburn is number 1 in the Associated Press poll. Alabama is the new number 1 in the coaches poll. After the win against Oklahoma on Saturday, Tennessee had a dominant first half. Again, Tennessee wins by 18 points. In the end, Chaz Lanier had 21. Zakai Ziegler, another strong showing. He had 17 points, with 6 of 8 from the field, 3 of 4 behind the three-point line, added 9 assists in the win, just continues to play at a high level, back-to-back really impressive games by Zakai. After the game, Rick Barnes talked about what Tennessee is capable of offensively, their strong shooting, and how impressive that first half was. Rick Barnes after Tennessee's win against Oklahoma.
Yeah, I mean, we got some guys that can make. I mean, certainly Chaz has proven he can make some shots. I thought at the end he actually had some better looks, and he missed where the ones earlier were contested. I mean, it's a crazy game sometimes. I mean, it really is. But I thought that Zakai is really. He's been really good the last couple games where he's really managed the game well for us and he's looking for guys when they get going certain areas but again, when you're making shots, it looks good even if you're not playing well. And the fact that I thought we were locked in defensively and started making those shots, again, the first half was pretty special.
It really was. That second half against Missouri and the first half against Oklahoma, that 40 minutes is close to an unstoppable level. Now, that's difficult to maintain, and Tennessee will face better teams, of course, in trying to get to the ultimate goal of the Final Four and competing for a national championship. But it's impressive once again, and what we've seen in some of the biggest games recently, at Auburn, at home against Florida the week prior, and then on the road against an Oklahoma team that offensively has been really good this season. What Tennessee's done defensively continues to show up for Tennessee to rank so high nationally. They're still number 1 in defensive rating, and right now St. John's is number 2. Again, shows what Rick Pitino's been able to do.
That team's good, man.
Yeah, I think there's a good chance that Tennessee will finish the season with the number 1 defense. What the offense can do moving forward will, of course, play a big role in how far Tennessee can go.
No, Zach Edey. There's not one dominant player this year. Like, there's Cooper Flagg, and he's phenomenal. But, like, is he really unstoppable like Zach Edey? No. But he's dang good. This is a path for Tennessee, I think, better this year than last year. Tennessee's defense gives them a chance to win any game that they play. And when you have a guy like Zakai Ziegler that brings the experience, Tennessee pretty good taking care of the basketball last couple of games. Not great against Oklahoma, which is weird. We had like 20 turnovers. Opened the game with like 5 or 6 that were just silly while still making a ton of shots. But you get Igor doing his thing. Like, Parr has been better offensively for us. And then him blocking shots, that's always a plus for us. But, Gainey, Z, and Chaz, that's a strong offensive lineup. It really is. Seems like that's Tennessee's best lineup. And then, Meshack can find his way depending on what game it is offensively. But, man, Tennessee right now is playing the way we want Tennessee to play. As we prepare for the end of the SEC season, Tennessee's playing the right basketball at the right time.
Tennessee will play at Kentucky tomorrow night from 1 until 2 o'clock. Tomorrow, we'll be back on the sleigh ride with Ron Slay of the SEC Network, VFL, Tennessee legend. So we will have a good discussion on this week coming up. Tennessee playing at Kentucky tomorrow, home for Vanderbilt on Saturday. We had this text from the end of last segment, said that we were pushing a false narrative with Aaron Rodgers. He finished 9th in passing yards and 7th in touchdowns on one of the most dysfunctional teams in the league.
He was the reason why I was dysfunctional.
If you watched Aaron Rodgers play this season, I have no idea how you walked away saying that's good quarterback play.
False narrative. His receiver, his number one receiver, didn't like playing with him. There are examples throughout the season where they're talking on the sideline. Garrett Wilson has a whole attitude. Garrett Wilson reminded Aaron Rodgers at the beginning of the season that he was the one who missed workouts. A quarterback is not really supposed to miss the workouts. Well, he's supposed to be the leader of the team, and that's why their timing was messed up. Aaron Rodgers was trying to make it seem like Garrett Wilson wasn't in the right place. And Aaron Rodgers has done this to other receivers where he has publicly said they were not in the right place and blamed them. So, yeah, they're dysfunctional. Aaron Rodgers is part of the dysfunction. It's part of it. He's part of the problem. Which is why, listen, if he wasn't, Josh, if he was so good, why did Jazz tell him to move on?
Right, that's part of it.
they told him to move on. Like, why would they tell him?
They're ready
that?
to let him walk away.
Yeah. Like, they don't even have a quarterback, and they don't want Aaron Rodgers. That should tell you something. That should tell you everything, honestly. So, no false narrative.
Yeah,
Tyler Ivins, man, get off the text box.
Yeah, we can look at the cumulative stats. I honestly have to go too far down, but he's outside the top 25 in yards per attempt. I think he was 20th in the league in quarterback rating this past season. Rodgers hasn't had a 300-yard passing game since December 2021 against the Bears, by the way.
Hey, keep your details to yourself.
We're trying to provide some facts for the conversation here.
That's a false narrative.
It's called professionalism. Capitalize the J in journalism for this show. Okay, so I'm good. If Rodgers wants to have an epic comeback and prove me wrong, I wish him the best. But I don't think I'm going to be wrong in this one. I would rather go in a different direction if I'm trying to succeed at quarterback than rolling with Aaron Rodgers. Look, by the way, he's an all-time great. He's one of the best quarterbacks of all time. But those days are behind him, and I think that's pretty clear.
Yeah, he's not mobile like he used to be because of the Achilles. He's not a great leader. I mean, and he hasn't been accurate. He's not the same Aaron Rodgers. Simple as that. And I remember his days with the Packers. Man, he was just so fun to watch, throwing from different arm angles, his accuracy, his anticipation. I mean, it's kind of weird that he only has one Super Bowl, but it's been well documented. Guys that play with him at the Packers, they have not been complimentary of his leadership skills.
865-656-9900, but maybe he can make up for some of that with the mentorship in Chicago if the Bears can reach a connection. We'll continue. Jason Swain's here. I'm Josh Ward. We have an attaboy to hand out still. Another 30 minutes to go.
Tighten up. That's what Samuel L. Jackson said last night, right?
He did. Man.
He said tighten, like tighten up, like the screws, like tighten the screws.
Oh, he wasn't referring to the Nashville team?
No, he wasn't. But, hey, if you want to say he said tightened up, go ahead.
If the Titans want to go back-to-back with the number 1 pick.
Go get Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, get Aaron Rodgers. He might help.
I agree.
We'll come back right here on Josh and Swain.
The 99.1 The Sports Animal podcast channel is presented by Vols Snacks. Check them out today at volssnacks.com.
Johnson, our CFO needs some info for the IPO ASAP.
No problem, boss. Just search the web. Cumulus Digital has helped our SEO big time.
Speak English, Johnson.
Search engine optimization.
SEO, huh? That's A-OK.
CumulusDigital.com.
The great thing about sports is it never stops. Here's another 60-second sports minute on The Sports Animal.
The Philadelphia Eagles are Super Bowl champions after defeating the Kansas City Chiefs 40-22 last night to end Kansas City's bid for a third consecutive Super Bowl victory. Jalen Hurts threw for 2 touchdowns and ran for another and accounted for nearly 300 yards of total offense to earn Super Bowl MVP honors. Patrick Mahomes just 21-32 for 257 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and was sacked 6 times by Philadelphia's defense. The Lady Vols fell to 6th-ranked LSU 82-77 on Sunday. Ruby Whitehorn led Tennessee with 21 points. Lady Vols are now 17-6 on the year, and they will host Auburn on Thursday night. NBA action tonight, 7 o'clock. Cavaliers host the Timberwolves. Hawks visit the Magic. Spurs take on the Wizards. At 7:30, Nets welcome the Hornets. Celtics visit the Heat. 8 o'clock, Bucks host the Warriors. Pelicans visit the Thunder. Mavericks get the Kings at 8:30. Trailblazers visit the Nuggets at 9. And the Lakers host the Jazz at 10:30. I'm Joel Silverberg.
Hey, it's Josh. I want to tell you about Ted Russell Ford and Ted Russell Lincoln with great opportunities available for you right now. They have 3 locations, 2 from Ted Russell Ford on Parkside Drive and Kingston Pike. And next door on Kingston Pike, you can also find Ted Russell Lincoln. If you are in the market for a luxury vehicle, check out the great selection that they have at Ted Russell Lincoln with the wonderful experience you are going to find as a customer. And they've been offering a great customer experience for a long time. And they're so excited about this. The nostalgic figure that goes back as far as 50 years with Ted Russell Ford is coming back to town. It's the super dealer at Ted Russell Ford. You stop by, you can find great opportunities on 2024 Ford F-150s, the 24 Ford Expedition, rates as low as 3.9% to take advantage of. You can find the 2025 Ford Explorer. You can finance that for 5.9% APR for 60 months right now. Save with the 24 Ford Bronco or their great pre-owned selections. Shop on Parkside Drive and on Kingston Pike for the locally owned and operated Ted Russell Ford and Ted Russell Lincoln.
This has been a paid announcement.
Rick Terry here with Rick Terry Jewelry Designs. If you're new to the area or you've never been in our store, let me tell you about our once-a-year clearance sale. It's a great sale. And why? Because it's for real. Not a market up to market down. It's 40 to 50% off our oldest items, 20 to 30% off our newest, hottest items, and it only happens once a year. Sale starts February the 5th through Valentine's Day. I promise you won't be disappointed. Rick Terry Jewelry Designs. We want to be your jeweler.
I never thought building a custom home would be this easy. When Red Door Homes built our house last year, they made the process simple. We picked from their 30-plus floor plans, customized it how we wanted, and they built it right on our land. The construction time was quick, and their 10-year warranty gave us total confidence. If you're thinking about building a home, do what we did. Go to reddoorhomestn.com and visit their showroom right off Paper Mill in Kingston Pike. You won't regret it.
Red Door Homes, home building as it should be.
I'm Eric Ainge from Lenore City, and I'm an LCUB fiber broadband customer, and I love it. It's the best. Now, LCUB offers fiber broadband for business. Imagine super fast internet at work with no slowdowns, improving employee output and overall workplace efficiency. What's that worth to you? Local fiber broadband for local business starting at $89.95 a month with no contracts and no installation fees. Sign up now at lcub.com.
Spring is here, and you're probably flipping through the television channels watching all the home improvement shows, right? Because you want to make your outdoor space look the absolute best. First phone call needs to be the Tennessee Home to my friend James Anthony. 304-0955. 20 years of experience, and how many fencing contractors in town can also turn around and build you the perfect deck for you to start making memories all throughout the spring and summer. James Anthony, the only phone call you need to make is the Tennessee Home. 304-0955 or TennesseeHome.us.
I had the worst dream last night. You were in a car crash, and the kids and I were on our own. We had to move out of the house because I couldn't afford it anymore.
That's awful, hon.
My brother was saying he got life insurance from Ethos. With Ethos, it only took 10 minutes, and he got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day. It's all online. No medical exam. He just answered a few health questions right from his house.
Ethos, here we come.
Visit getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
Sample rate is a 10-year term life policy for 35-year-old healthy, non-smoking male. Billed monthly.
Looking for the sweetest deals in town? Look no further than 991thesportsanimal.com. Sweet deals are your chance to experience some of the finest restaurants and attractions East Tennessee has to offer, and these sweet deals are half off. So whether you're looking for pizza and sandwiches for lunch or a relaxing dinner with family and friends, Sweet Deals has it all. Visit 991thesportsanimal.com today and treat yourself to the sweetest deals in town. Sweet Deals, because everyone deserves a sweet deal.
This report is sponsored by Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Every day in Tennessee brings something new that can catch us by surprise, like a rainy day fender bender. Farm Bureau Insurance is there to make sure the important things like auto, home, life, and small business are well protected. Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Tennessee Insurance for Tennessee Life.
All quiet at least for the rest of your Monday. Clouds and sun duking it out. The clouds should win eventually. High of 52 with a light wind. But it's all about the first alerts, plural. Tuesday and Wednesday, an all-day washout on Tuesday, 45. Heavy rain late Wednesday. From the WVLT First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Ben Cathy.
Need a new roof? You need Mo Shingles. Need new siding? You need Mo Shingles. Mo Shingles, locally owned and operated with an A+ Better Business Bureau rating and over 100 5-star reviews. Free estimates, moshingles.com, 770-0506.
This is Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. Now, I'm just reading what was sent to us. Again, facts on the show. Aaron Rodgers is older than Jason Swain. I don't know why that had to be brought up.
Jason, that's not me.
That left out the Y.
Yeah,
Must be a different one.
It must be a different Jason Swain.
Who also is younger than Aaron Rodgers. Maybe so. We'll see what happens.
Was that supposed to be a diss?
Well, maybe maybe not a Kendrick level, but still.
I mean,
not a compliment.
Should I call my lawyer and sue?
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so. That's the thing, according to Mr. Lamar. And Jay Glazer yesterday reported that Aaron Rodgers flew back to New Jersey last week to meet with the Jets about his future with the team, only to be told the team was moving on from him. If that means he will be a June 1st designation, that allows him to sign with any team in the league on March 12th if he decides to continue to play. Given that Aaron made the effort to fly back to discuss his future, all signs point to him continuing to play. It just won't be for the Jets. That was Jay Glazer yesterday on Fox.
Yeah, he's not going to be a backup. So I don't think his ego will allow him to do that. So where is he going to go where he's going to be a starter? I mean, those are the places where you got to point out and think about. Raiders, Titans, Vikings,
Saints.
I
don't know if that's how Kellen Moore wants to start out.
He won't make it. He won't make it down to New Orleans.
No.
Yeah.
So we will see, but it will not be for the Jets. That we know, at least based on the reporting from over the weekend. 865-656-9900 if you would like to join us, as right now we hand out today's Attaboy.
I just wanted to come by and congratulate you on the great work you've been doing.
I like your style. You remind me of a young me.
Failure is not an option.
That boy is good.
Homes, remind yourself, nobody built like you. You design yourself.
Attaboy.
Hey, we hand out attaboys and attagirls every day thanks to Native Design, your local custom pool and hardscape specialists. And it is a collection of broadcast attaboys, Swain, because there were some feel-good stories over the weekend. First on Saturday, Dick Vitale was back, and his return, I think, had to be delayed another week. But so glad to see him back out there, seeing what being out there meant to Dick Vitale, because you know how much he loves college basketball. He had been away for nearly 2 years with his most recent battle against cancer. So we saw Dick Vitale back on Saturday. We saw Randy Moss back. He returned to NFL Countdown after undergoing successful surgery to remove cancerous cells. So we saw Randy Moss back with the NFL coverage for Super Bowl weekend. And then we also saw Hubie Brown sign off yesterday. He called his final NBA game. What I loved was seeing all the players who came up to show him, pay him respect. He's 91 years old. He has had such a long career in the league. And I think it's, I don't want to mess this up, but the amount of players that he has either coached or called games for is remarkable. But seeing what it meant to them, to Randy and Dick Vitale, to be able to get back and be around the games they love so much, and then Hubie Brown, whose family has dealt with some tough losses, his wife and his son, which he's talked about publicly recently. Congrats to Hubie on a remarkable career. Remarkable. And then love seeing Dick Vitale and Randy Moss back this weekend.
Yeah, Dick Vitale called the game, his return, his first game back, being able to call the Duke Clemson game. He called it his Super Bowl. And so, man, it was just great to hear him. Him and I think it was Alexander was on the call with him, the Duke Clemson game. But you know, his voice is still different, but his enthusiasm and energy and passion has not changed at all. And then Randy Moss, seeing him back, that was great on the big stage. I know a lot of people were praying for him, and then Hubie Brown, man. He is part of my childhood. Like growing up watching NBA, he's been a constant.
Yep.
And it'd be different and weird to not hear his voice on NBA games.
Yep, and his mind remains so sharp on the game for so long. He called the game in Milwaukee, which is where his pro coaching career began. So where it started, where it finished, in Milwaukee. Congrats to Hubie on a remarkable career, and great to hear Dick Vitale and Randy Moss back behind the mic this past weekend after their battles against cancer. We continue to hand out attaboys and attagirls every day thanks to Native Design, turning ordinary yards into exceptional escapes. For 20 years, Native Design has transformed outdoor spaces into breathtaking retreats. It's where families gather, friends connect, memories are made. Call Native Design, great local company, to see how they can help you. 865-310-3256. Tell them Josh and Swain told you to call. Or you can visit the website nativetn.com for Native Design, your local custom pool and hardscape specialists. We come back with one segment to go. Power Poll, top winners and losers out of a busy sports weekend. That's next on Josh and Swain.
It's time for the coolest thing you'll do in 2025. Get Freeze in for a reason and support Special Olympics at the 2025 Knoxville Polar Plunge. Saturday, February 15th at the Pilot YMCA. Plunge as an individual or a team. Costumes are encouraged and prizes will be awarded. Whether you jump, run, or tiptoe in, you'll be helping us build a cooler community for 18,000 plus Special Olympics athletes in Tennessee. Learn more and register at polarplungetn.com.
Hey, cigar lovers, Tyler Ivins, and it's time for the Cigar of the Month at Smokies. This month's feature is the Crux Bull and Bear. Buy 3, get 1 free. February is the month that all boxes of cigars are 20% off. Any brand. It's once a year. It's happening at Smokies, Knoxville Cigar Store.
Bring a whole new meaning to your backyard barbecue with a new deck. Tennessee Home is your local trusted deck and fencing specialist. Call today for a free, no-pressure design appointment at 865-304-0955 or visit them online. TennesseeHome.us.
Why is it so cold in here? Don't tell me the heat's broken again. Ugh. No matter the season, a broken furnace, heat pump, or air conditioner is a nightmare. But if you need emergency HVAC repairs or need to invest in a new heating and cooling system, then call the trusted HVAC experts at Pipe Wrench Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Whatever the problem may be, our certified technicians will make a full assessment and then provide the best long-term solution to warm up your home again in no time. And if you do need a new heating or cooling system, Pipe Wrench proudly installs and services all major HVAC brands you know and trust. We also make it easy with free on-site estimates for replacements and free second opinions on repairs. And if budgets are tight, we offer 0% financing on new systems with credit approval. So call Pipe Wrench at 865-264-8090 or book online at pipewrench.com to schedule your appointment today. And as always, same-day service guaranteed or the visit's free.
It's not just a donation.
It's a warm blanket.
It's a bottle of clean water.
It's a roof and a bed.
It's knowing someone cares.
It's feeling safe.
It's a today that's better than yesterday.
Every dollar you can spare helps so much more than you can imagine. Donate now to help people affected by the 2025 California wildfires. Your support is urgently needed.
Go to redcross.org to help.
Hi, I'm Pat with ProSource Home Buyers, and I buy houses cash. If you have a house and you want to sell it fast at a fair price, call me. 865-500-3711. I pay cash and close as quickly as you'd like. I buy houses in any condition, any price range, and any location. I buy several houses per month and I want to buy more. I buy inherited houses, divorced houses, behind on payment houses. I even buy my tenant will pay me the rent houses. Do you have a house that's in rough shape and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, because I love buying those houses. I buy vacant houses, abandoned houses, condemned houses, and even foreclosure houses. If you have a house and you want to sell it fast, call me, 865-500-3711. That's 865-500-3711. That's 865-500-3711.
In a flash, sell your house for cash. ProSource Home Buyers.
When it comes to protecting my family's future, I want a life insurance company that's at the top of their game. That's why I got same-day coverage through Ethos. There was no paperwork, no waiting around, and no medical exam. I just answered a few health questions online, and Ethos set me up with a $3 million policy for about $2 a day. Go to tryethos.com and get it done today. That's TRYETHOS.com. TRYETHOS.com. Sample rates as a 10-year term life policy for 35-year-old healthy non-smoking male. Billed monthly.
They say the best things in life are free. Streaming 99.1, The Sports Animal proves it.
From the Budweiser studios of The Sports Animal, we are 99.1, The Sports Animal.
We're back for the final segment of Josh and Swain. Thank you for hanging out with us today. Thanks to Joel Silverberg producing this afternoon. We'll be back tomorrow at 12 o'clock. We'll be at Fraser's Carpet 1. The Wham Dougal sale continues, Swain.
Let's get it.
We'll have a slap-a-dap-a-ding-dong time tomorrow for 3 hours. Rod Slay will be a part of the show.
Yeah, we're going to have a good time, just like last week.
Yep. See if we can top Mitchell in the face-off.
Is Joe going to be there?
Joel will be with us tomorrow.
We don't have a good chance there.
Yeah, but hey, Kansas City was favored to win the Super Bowl. Did the Chiefs win?
Josh, that's favored by like a point.
And a half. No, Mitchell's a bigger favorite going in tomorrow.
We don't have a chance, man.
Not with that attitude.
Mitchell's undefeated.
Hey, I appreciate Drew recognizing this. He tweeted to me, said, Josh, you really picked the Eagles, but made sure not to jinx it. I got you.
Really? I heard you say, I'm picking the Chiefs to win. Verbatim.
Well, there's listening on the surface, and then there's listening to the context. Drew's a context listener. With Kendrick last night, you can listen on the surface, or you can dive deeper.
No, I listened on the surface and I dove deeper. You said, I am picking the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl.
Okay, if that's how you want to play it.
Yeah.
That's how you want to play it. The Chiefs did not win the Super Bowl. They've won a few of them in the last several years, but the Eagles won last night. They won impressively.
You knew the Eagles were going to win.
I did.
I don't know why you picked the Chiefs. You're just trying to be different.
Well, I was trying to steal a face-off win because you and Mitchell both picked the Eagles last week during the show.
I think the Eagles picked the Chiefs. I think Mitchell picked the Chiefs. I think he said he can't go against Patrick Mahomes. I think he picked the Chiefs, man.
We have to check the tape.
Yeah, man.
Either way, Drew is our tweeter of the day for real recognize real.
Oh man, I love it.
Is at least how I recognize it. Before we close out today's show, let's hit the power poll.
Captain, we're losing power in the warp engine.
Nuclear power pants.
What's up? I'm Kenny Powers.
You don't know the power of the dark side.
I have the power!
With great power comes great responsibility.
Full power, Mr. Scott.
Alrighty, Swain, the weekend is behind us. The professional football season, at least in the NFL, is behind us. We have more coming at the UFL, but we have our top winners, top losers from the weekend. Would you like to hit us with your lists?
Oh, man. Losers, the Mavs, man. Anthony Davis.
That was a tough weekend for the Mavs.
Man. His debut, he goes crazy in the first half, gets hurt in the second half. He's going to be out for at least a couple weeks. So that stinks for the Mavs. Winners include Eagles, Super Bowl win over Kansas City. Clemson, their win against Duke at home. How about the Texas Longhorns? The ladies.
South Carolina's winning streak, 57.
Yeah, got a big win over the lady, Gamecocks. So a couple winners, couple losers. What about you?
Yep, and 57-game winning streak in SEC play.
Yeah.
To clarify,
they did lose to UCLA earlier in the season.
Yeah. I have Kendrick Lamar. I know that there were some that didn't like the show. That's just always going to be the case. I thought he was a winner last night. Number 4, this is quite a story. I have Plymouth Argyle in the FA Cup. The last place team in England's second division stunned Liverpool, knocking them out of the FA Cup. Think about how big of a deal that is. So Plymouth Argyle, number 4. You like that?
I love it, Josh. If you like it, I love it.
Sounds like a shirt design. Plymouth Argyle. Number 3, the Gators on the men's side and Texas on the ladies' side. I have them number 3. I have Jalen Hurts number 2. His story, he's the MVP. And then Philly, the team, the town.
Oh, yeah.
The damage in the celebration afterward. I still don't get the rioting, but right away. Losers from the weekend. Number 3, he still has plenty of money, still has plenty of fans, but that wasn't a winning weekend for Drake. I wouldn't call that a winning weekend.
At all.
Number 2, the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes. Now he's being ruled out in the GOAT conversation. Let him play his career. Let him continue to play.
Tom Brady lost a Super Bowl before.
Yeah. Man, that was a bad night for Mahomes, though. That was bad. I put the Mavs number 1. They have Anthony Davis show what he's capable of, but then suffer the injury and the setback that's now going to keep him out for several weeks. You have the owner making it worse with his comments, attacking Luka and using terrible examples to do so.
And Luka's playing tonight.
And Luka is making his debut tonight. He
Against
made a
Sarge
donation today to help wildfire relief. They have the Luka shirts all laid out in the arena.
He's gonna have a perfect debut with the Lakers.
Man.
Against the Sorry Jazz.
Against the Jazz, that helps as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That is the power poll to close out the show. That'll wrap things up for today. We'll be back tomorrow at 12 o'clock. Thank you for hanging out with us right here on Josh and Swain.
If you're listening to sports, if you're looking for an edge rusher, looking for a run stop,